Hello, and thank you for joining. My name's TJ. My tie clip is askew, but now it's not, and we are going to stream some Legacy. We've got Maeve out there right now looking for round one for you, the people, the viewers, the amazing Fortnites of this stream. We're going to do some cool stuff today. I hope you're all having a great day, and that autofocus just got a little bit thrown off by my hand. Sorry about that, everybody, but let's have ourselves a great night, a fun night, and do some cool stuff. That's right, it's Legacy night, it's Friday night, and as Rebecca Black would say, gotta eat my bowl. Gotta have my bowl. Gotta eat cereal. So, should be a lot of fun, and we're gonna have at least 3, maybe 4 scoops of that delightful Legacy action. Not proud of that one. Hi, Maeve.
Hi, I'm here.
I just made a Rebecca Black joke.
Oh, why?
Well, you see, she had this song, and in it, I think she said something pretty relevant.
Oh, because it's...
Gotta have my bowl, gotta eat cereal.
It's the day after Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. Am I still hosting on my side? No, I'm not. Alright, so, tell me a little bit about what we've got out in the field, because it's round 1, is it not?
Oh. Yeah, they're still doing sign-ups and stuff.
Oh, how many do you think? We're gonna need 4 rounds? 3 rounds?
Probably 4.
4?
It's a little bit on the better turnout, I feel.
Nice.
But, it could not be. I don't know. I'm gonna pull a TJ and just completely dodge the question by saying maybe, maybe not.
I mean, your name is Maybe.
Maybe, maybe not.
You took one example of it and you decided to run with it forever.
It's my Facebook URL.
No, the me doing that.
No, I've always said that.
No, never mind. I did it one time.
No, you always do it. You're always like, he always dodges questions, right, chat? He's always like, you know what? It could be. But we don't know.
I don't think that's
Maybe.
true here.
Maybe.
It's not true here.
Maybe.
It might be.
I want chat to confirm that whenever you ask him a question about how good something is or something to that nature, usually he'll be like, I mean, it seems good. It could be pretty good. We don't know though. Maybe.
How was that dodging that?
Maybe not. Maybe like there's 2 questions. Like, do you think there are two possible results?
Right.
You think it's good. You think it's not good.
Right.
You always go in the middle. You always say maybe.
I'm innovative. 3rd answer. I like it. I dig it. All right, so we've got some Legacy out there.
Yep. Still signing up.
Never mind. We don't.
We're not yet.
We should have some Legacy shortly.
Shortly.
Should be sweet. Should be fun. Until then, I'm going to rock that Tom Ross because it's super cold back here. Did you notice?
Yeah.
It's,
I got a hoodie, thankfully.
Nice. You can totally go all stealth mode.
Oh, and it doesn't have an actual hood on.
So it's a hoodie without a hood?
It's a hoodless hoodie.
So it's an E.
It's a sweater.
Oh.
But it has full cords.
It has useless pull cords.
Yep.
I love it.
That's girls' fashion for you, dude.
I love it. That is so awesome. I can dig it. So, let's talk about some other stuff.
Sure.
Chase is in the field.
Yes.
Chase Hansen.
I'm pretty excited.
Chase in your face Hansen.
Yep.
As they call him.
Yep.
Stryfo, as some may also know him. I'm sure Doro will use our sweet new follow command for that. Geek Fortress, do you think you can fit 8 people in this room?
If we clear out like
Probably not,
literally
but maybe.
everything, like if the entire back room is cleared out, you could probably fit 8 people comfortably.
If you had no reservations about personal comfort or the Constitution, then yes, 8 people can be fit in here.
Yeah. Yep, Chase.
Yes, he is. That's the way
they are drafting over there.
That is a terrible joke, and I appreciate it. It's awful. It's so bad. Oh, man. You know what? That was a waste of a perfectly good pun.
I thought we were done with these.
No, we're never done. We're never done.
Been here for a week, really?
Yeah, so he's actually running his Pyromancer's Paradise deck out there.
Sure.
So it's a Pyromancer's Ascension deck. I actually got the chance to play. It was
like similar to the deck that Coleman had.
Coleman was actually using Chase's list.
Oh, okay.
So very similar.
So it is the deck that
yes, very, almost shockingly similar.
Wow. Does he run shots?
Nope, duels only.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he wants to duel his opponents as opposed to shock them. Yeah, you're looking for bolts.
Seems decent, yeah.
Yeah, it's a better option overall. Other than that, I think there's actually a decent credit. I think there's going to be some burn out there. There is some Nick Fit. There's some Delver decks.
Some nice fits.
There's some nice fits for the meta.
Yep.
Should be actually. I like that deck a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan.
I can't believe that that's not the deck that you put together, seeing as it's basically Cabal Therapy, Veteran Explorer, and EDH staples.
I mean, I like EDH, but I like to play good cards.
That's what it is. It's just a bunch of
Well,
like.
no, because are there Coiling Oracles? Is there an opposition in this deck?
You and I have completely different opinions on what a good card is. If
Fun-
you're gonna
fun
fight for
cards.
Coiling Oracle over
Fun
Thragtusk.
cards. What my deck needs is more flicker effects. Then I just flicker the Coiling Oracle, right?
That seems like a really good use of resources.
Yeah.
Just Eldrazi Displacer. Easy. How is this deck not already a thing? We need a name for
I
it.
don't know.
We'll call it,
Maeve's deck.
It's perfect!
That's gonna be the deck. Anybody that plays it has to call it Maeve's deck. Hey,
Who's
I'm
this?
sorry.
It's Maeve's deck.
Sorry, I was too busy talking. Yeah,
No.
see, thank you, Goblin. Thank you.
That's true. It does turn it into a mono
Hi,
green
Goblin.
cantrip.
So it's literally, I mean, let me just tell you, the best feeling in the world, end step, brainstorm, no shuffles on the field. Your opponent's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I don't give two shits. And then, sorry, Coiling Oracle. I apologize.
That does sound
That's slip.
good, man.
That's slip. It's been a week. Let me catch up on speed here.
This is a professional stream.
Yes, it is. I apologize.
And we're gonna have some legacies.
We're gonna have legacy.
We can move past
Let
it.
me go find legacy. I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Gibbison. I appreciate this. Welcome to the Geek Fortress stream. Let me know what your favorite PG word is. Favorite word. And we're gonna get a match of Legacy for you all. Should be a fun time, a good time, and we'll certainly that's great. Oh goodness. That's okay, Gibbisam. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It's good having you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to everybody who's joining. If you are brand new, be sure to hit that follow button. My name is TJ, and we're joined by Maeve. Huh. Alright. I can dig that. I can dig that. It is just kind of fun to say. Short to say, quick to the point. And it covers up your torso, which is kind of important when it's cold out. Alright, everybody. How you doing? Let's not ride that line. Let's not start playing it fast and loose and getting close. I would rather avoid that. There is pipe cleaner on this table. Someone is bedazzling my booth. Okay. Someone is bedazzling this booth.
I'm back.
Alright, tell me about what we got.
Alright, so on the wall is Coleman.
On the wall
Enchantress.
is... So I see Joe's in the store.
Yes, Joe is in fact in the store. He's playing Enchantress.
Wait,
And,
I thought Coleman was on Enchantress.
yeah, Coleman's on Enchantress.
Okay.
Hi. And then Chase is on the not wall.
Chase in your face Hansen.
Chase, can you show me a card from what you're playing?
No, I know what he's playing.
You're
Playing what I was playing last week.
Yeah.
okay. I'm just making sure.
Okay.
What?
Alright, we got it. Alright, so we've got Pyromancer's Ascension.
You didn't know how to spell Ascension?
No, I do. Okay. Versus Enchantress.
The chat.
Oh. Oh, gotcha.
My bad. I didn't mean to. It was an oopsie.
It was. It is okay. So which Enchantress would you like to use?
Argothian. I feel like is probably...
Good choice. Good choice. Great choice. Right. Alright, so we are going to have Pyromancer's Ascension versus Enchantress. Doesn't require a whole lot of attacking from Chase's side of the deck, which I think gives him a nice little edge. However, he does require a lot of targeting. And if Coleman is able to get down basically...
Literally anything that gives him Hexproof this round.
There's one card in particular that does it.
Yeah.
Rob! Thank you! I guess... Alright, let's head on down.
Let's head on down. Or is he repairing?
Okay. And... Alright. Perfect.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Sunstarve. This is the Tom Ross special. I actually stole it from him, but at a store, and I gave them money. And I don't think it was ever actually his.
So you bought it.
Is that what that is?
I think that's what that is.
Man, I feel so much more ethical now.
Yeah.
That is delightful. Also, I'm thrown off by the cow. I guess we should probably...
It's a notepad. It's a cow pad.
I'm not arguing that point.
You know what? He's being outstanding in this field.
That's true. Oh, man. So who to vote for? Probably Pyromancer's Ascension. It runs lightning bolts, and that's pretty sweet. But you're right, this is Slowly Crashing versus Stryfo. And, stuff you never get to see? That's true. You will never ever get to see Pyromancer's Ascension other than pretty much here or in the hands of Chase elsewhere.
Yeah.
That
sounds about right.
I don't think anyone else
Coleman had it last week, though. I don't think that necessarily counts.
Well, that falls under the here clause, I think.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Maybe
So the cow.
Maybe Coleman wants to play there.
What kind of compact do you think that the cow is going to have on this game?
I think that the cow's going to move off to the side and use it as a life pad.
Interesting, interesting. So he'll be using his cow as a resource for his life total, to try and pad his life total, if you will.
Yeah, something like that.
So, otherwise, Coleman is really looking to get a Solitary Confinement. That's
Yeah.
going to be a really big card, but he does need to land a couple of those Enchantress effects early on.
Sure.
But most of his Enchantresses do have Shroud, and that's going to be a pretty big one. He's got
beef with Coleman. Better hoof it. Doro, you're too much.
Oh, man. That's... Now, hold on. I don't think that would make any sense. It makes a lot of sense in my mind, but it wouldn't make sense out loud.
So then don't say it.
That's exactly where I'm at.
Nice, dude.
I'm learning. 5 out of 10. Punts are improving. Can dig it. I know.
That's a whole point higher than last time.
That's 100% true. At this point, I can almost beat Standard. Man. Alright, Moon Toadfoot, it's good to see ya.
Legacy Elves, that's exciting.
Which version?
I would assume the only decent combo.
The trick one is that. The trick one is that there's only one.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see what they say.
I was gonna say there's not a zoo elves in Legacy.
You say it, you need to quote it.
Say it, TJ.
I will say plenty other. Okay, so not entirely sure who. I do not know.
What's up?
Dutch, they're not getting green-black elves. I can dig that. Oh, I can dig that so much.
Yeah, I mean that's what green black.
Shaman of the Pack is so good.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
You don't use it in Legacy, no?
In green-black, I would.
I guess that's fair. I mean,
I would run it.
It's green/black for like abrupt decay and flow therapy.
When did I say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
When did I say that? Oh, that's funny. Alright, so we've got a Fire Dice. Now, that's possibly the oddest thing that that Chase has got in the deck. The Fire Dice is super sweet. It also led into that super sweet play that we had last week.
Yeah.
Because he was able to take down the Volcanic Island. But otherwise, it's just a versatile spell. Mainly Gitaxian Probes, Ponders, Preordains, and Brainstorms are going to be the biggest way that he puts those counters onto the Pyromancer's Ascension.
Yo, what up? Sorry, wrong door.
That's okay.
The patron.
Better than a Patron.
Is this PG-13 now?
Yeah, I said better than.
That's fine.
Alright, so we're going to go down to 19 with a fetch.
It does answer Death Ray, John.
Fact.
You can, in fact, zap a Death Ray.
And only slightly more terrible than Bolt at it.
Hey, man.
So a Ponder from Chase to kick things off looks to be going for... I don't know. I guess right now what I'm probably looking for is either Young Pyromancer or the Pyromancer's Ascension. Would be my first inclination if he doesn't have one. He does have to...
There's the young Pyromancer.
And a Preordain, so might go for the
I
Preordain.
think he's taking the Preordain off the top, then he's going to draw into the Pyromancer.
Yeah. He also, I think, has 2 Pyromancer's Ascensions in hand, so he might almost actually mulligan this, because he's got enough of those effects currently. But otherwise, the Preordain looks fine. It looks like that's the call that we have. And Coleman is going to kick off with Thrilling Enchantress.
The Enchantress.
Probably going to kick off early on by just putting one of his enchantments. Actually, if he's not grabbing a basic, then he may not be. I don't know. Normally you go for basics in this deck,
Yeah,
except...
if you're gonna... Only if you're gonna enchant it, though, because you don't want it wastelanded. But maybe he's just looking to drop a turn 1.
And Coleman...
Interesting.
Carpet of Flowers is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, Chase does not run Wasteland. And Coleman knows that.
Does he?
He played at the deck.
That's fair.
So I assume so.
I would hope so.
Carpet of Flowers is such a particularly cool deck, especially against these blue decks. In fact, more than anything else. During each of your main phases, you may add up to X mana of 1 color to mana pool, where X is the number of islands target opponent controls. There is 1 on Chase's side of the battlefield, plus this Wild Growth. It means that he's now assembling 2 mana,
Yep.
putting out an Enchantress. During his second main, he's actually going to have access to, apparently...
Elephant Grass.
Yeah. The nice part is that he's actually able to just start using his lands to pay for the Elephant Grass, and he can start using the Wall of Blah, or the Carpet of Flowers,
yeah.
to start casting actual spells.
Yep.
Why is a cow in the center of the table? Because Chase is here.
And that's Chase. I don't actually know Chase before today.
It's one or the other. Man, that card's so bad.
Hey, Murph.
Carpet of Flowers is so bad.
Carpet of Flowers is pretty good.
It's so bad. It's only on one of your main phases.
Oh, it is only one?
You get to pick which.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
basically, if you didn't do it during the second, I'm remembering that the Oracle text says, during each of your main phases, if you haven't done it yet, you get to do.
Sure.
You get to do it. Man. That card's bad. Even if it is good.
It's pretty good at being bad, though.
This is a really early Solitary Confinement. Like, really early. And I think Coleman just missed. I think he's got an Emrakul and a land in hand, and now he's skipping his draw step. He's going to lose this the next turn. His main hope might be that his intent is to just keep Chase from being able to cast some of the spells in his hand to keep this triggering, but it's mostly going to be the cantrips that actually enable that. Chase is going to be looking to go for some kind of shuffle effect, either a Ponder or a Fetch land. I don't think I see one in his hand.
He has
currently.
a Verdant Catacomb.
Does he?
I thought I saw.
Okay. Okay.
There's a...
Fetch land regardless.
It is a fetch land.
No counters on it just yet. And... Thank you so much, Murph. I appreciate that. I don't actually think that you get much opportunity to watch this stream. You're normally pretty busy. Oh, man. Oh, and Z.
And
Alright.
Z, of course. Hi, Z.
They're traveling in packs.
They're pretty good at that, though.
That's true. Okay. So...
Yeah, so you weren't technically wrong. It's just...
I was wrong.
It's an ability that you exhaust.
I was wrong. I'm okay with that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. We do got 2 Pyromancer Ascensions, though, and that's pretty nice.
But no counters on either of them.
Sure, but there's 2 down, and I think that's what counts.
That's a pretty true point.
Because at this point, you just cast a couple spells, and you do have counters on them.
That Rest in Peace is a really clutch draw.
But we are going to go ahead and force that.
Fire and Ice suddenly revealing itself as a burn spell which can pitch to force. Probably a pretty big benefit.
Yeah.
It seems not bad. And now we have more of the Enchantress effects, and actually we drew a Wall of Blossoms, as or not a Wall of Blossoms, sorry, an Eidolon of Blossoms, which is going to be both a creature and an enchantment and an Enchantress effect. That's going to be a really big way to start assembling this, because he's actually going to draw 2 cards for it, and then, or 3 cards, just for casting in the first place. Okay. Group within a group within a group? Right. No joke. Johnson Sins, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining.
Hi.
Chat, what does Ascension do? Let me help you out there.
Pyromancer's Ascension basically says whenever you cast a spell that you have in your graveyard currently, I think it's 2 of them in your graveyard or 1 of them.
So it's whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, if it shares a name with one that's in your graveyard, then you put a counter onto Pyromancer's Ascension. Whenever you cast one, if there's 2 counters onto it, you place a copy of that spell onto the stack. So once he gets that second counter, then everything starts doubling up. Everything starts. He gets to cast 2 Ponders. Or, interestingly enough, it's possibly the worst application in the deck, but still pseudo relevant. Not against this deck, but it means that when you Force of Will, you actually get 2 copies of it, which means that you're able to win any counter fights that you decide to battle in.
Flusterstorm isn't as good, or is good against that, though, I feel.
Flusterstorm is better against that than anything else.
Yeah.
That I completely agree with.
That's what I meant to say.
Should you play in the Modern IQ this Sunday? That's a 30 to 45 minute drive from home. If you want to, yes.
Follow your heart.
And, ooh. I think that's a Solitary Confinement and possibly a Sterling Grove, but Chase has almost no way to interact with these.
And he scoops it up.
Yep, he can't beat it. He recognizes that against 2 to 3 Enchantress effects and a Solitary Confinement, he actually has
so much card advantage that
he can't beat that. He has no way to destroy the Solitary Confinement.
Yeah.
Coleman is going to draw enough. He also does have the Emrakul in hand, so he's got a little bit of that inevitability for the mana that he eventually gets. And Chase, Solitary Confinement, it prevents any of the damage that would be dealt to you, and it keeps you from being targeted. You're just gonna win.
Yeah. Did Chase know that he had a Emrakul, though? There's no way. He didn't have a call or anything.
No, but Coleman may have said, I have an Emrakul in my hand.
That's fair enough.
It's hard to, he didn't even really need to. He had 3 Enchantress effects. The odds of him actually missing at any point were functionally 0.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, you miss all the fun stuff. It's possible. Possible. Oh no, it's a Gundam. I don't know what we're talking about. I have no idea what's happening. Alright. Hey, David, it's good to see ya. No, the timer isn't correct.
David! Hi, David.
Hey, David Bradbury.
Hey, David Bradbury.
I'm going to assume that we've got about 40 minutes left in this round.
That's probably a good assumption.
Thank you.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
that. Yeah. So we're going to
Yeah.
head into a game 2. Coleman taking game 1. Not quite where I expected it to end up.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I was thinking that Chase might be able to take the advantage just through having access to the counter magic, which would take down the Solitary
The
Confinement.
counter magic, and then he also had the 2 Pyromancers. Get those online, and obviously you can't target him currently, but if he gives you an opening to do that, right?
Yeah, it's certainly a little bit rough because there's such a limited number of cards that Coleman stops losing with, but they're so good at it. But he also does have those really key cards that can just dismantle Chase winning.
Sure. Yeah.
So there's the I don't lose cards like Solitary Confinement, and then there's this you don't win like that Rest in Peace, which was so potent.
Cards that I like.
Rest in Peace?
Well, no, just the.
Oh, you can't win?
You can't win. It's not going to make me win, but you can't.
Man, neither of those cards fall under my category of personal.
Oh,
Mine is I can't lose because you're dead.
That's fair. I like cards that just say.
You're absolutely right, Goblin Guy.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. His main board just wasn't prepared to deal with that. It would be waiting to see if Coleman fizzled out, which was slim to none. So, from Coleman, probably just a top.
Turn on top.
This is how you know that it's Joe's, though Top has run in some versions of it, but I think Joe is also just using it. Oddly enough, over a Sarah's Sanctum, which I know doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it made sense to Joe at the time.
Yeah.
Cabal Therapy, naming, I don't know quite what it was, but I guess if we lose one of these cards, we'll know. And it looks like it was not. Possibly named one of the Enchantress effects.
Makes sense.
Or possibly named Rest in Peace, just to try and take the hate card out proactively. But I don't think that was it. Young Pyromancer into Cabal Therapy. I think he's going to hit it this time.
You think?
There's a good chance.
Slight chance.
And it looks like we're actually going to go for 3 different uses. He's going to use the Young Pyromancer tokens to flash it back twice. So he's actually going to get 3 different Cabal Therapies and shred this hand apart, leaving him with very little to do.
Yep. I think we're okay with that.
I think we're more than okay with it. Hey, it's good to see you, Melvin. Looks like all the rogues are here. So we do have the Solitary Confinement. We have the way to give them all Shroud, but Chase doesn't really care about that too much. He's able to. He's not going to be able to target any of them anyway with any spells because they're enchantments, and he can't really deal with those particularly well.
You know, Red is amazing at that.
Sure.
Hey, Melvin.
Sure it is.
That was a joke.
I know. So Enchantress comes down onto the battlefield from the top of Coleman's deck. We do have 3. No blocks from Coleman because that would be silly.
That would.
Much like Doro. Okay. We travel in packs. I believe you.
I don't doubt it at all.
Anthe, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for joining. And we are going to tap down one of these lands at the... Love it. Love it. Absolutely.
He's keeping his tempo.
Love it. And apparently we need to draw. Nice for the carpet.
Sure. It's
Okay.
going for 2 right now.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
And that went well. So, now we're basically on the Young Pyromancer beatdown game plan.
Yep.
We have 2 of these elementals. We're going to deal 3 damage down to 3. We're in a little bit of a rough spot. Coleman has managed to take 50% of Chase's game plan. But he does still have this Young Pyromancer. Coleman has very few opportunities. He does have that Solitary Confinement in hand.
Yeah.
So now Chase is really looking for some way to counter that. The Ponder might be his one out, except it isn't because that would be the last... Oh no, he does have 2 blue cards.
Yep.
And is that... That's an
Ponder?
Echoing Truth, I think.
Yep, that's what I saw.
So, he could take down the Solitary Confinement, depending on how Coleman sequences it, because he could actually go for the Shroud enchantment first, which would give him the protection around it.
Yeah.
Interesting. David, thank you! I appreciate that.
Cheer 1 TJ, cheer 1 TJ.
Woo! Okay. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how Coleman lines up these attacks.
Yeah, well, and...
Or, I'm sorry, the casts. Attacking with enchantments.
Yeah. Chase has gotten him down to a point where Coleman has to find something right now.
I mean, the Solitary Confinement is good.
I mean, yeah.
And I think he has enough mana, and I think he sequenced this in the right order. Oh, no, he's got a Force Will.
Yep.
He got one off of the Ponder.
Yep.
Never mind.
We're good to go.
Nailed it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Nice try.
Oh.
Swinging for lethal this turn.
Ah, man. You got me like 7 cents. You got me like 5 cents.
That's a whole 5 cents.
That's like 5 cents.
That's game 3.
Boom.
I'm digging how fast they're playing, though.
Young Pyromancer is a cool card.
Oh, yeah.
I like that card a lot. It was actually in the first ever draft environment that I found myself in. M14 is where I started with drafting. It was fun.
Me as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
The first time I drafted was in 14.
What was your favorite deck to draft?
Slivers.
Interesting. I actually went... I think my favorite one at the time was actually Blue-White Flyers.
I mean, Slivers turned into that.
That's
You
fair.
got Gallon Rider, Sliver.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, I eventually got to... this is actually kind of during that time in which I discovered... when I discovered Red?
Yeah.
And in one draft deck, 3 Young Pyromancers, 5 Lava Axe.
That's pretty good.
It was the greatest ever.
Really? So you got 3 of the same uncommon.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It was so good. It was so... yes, they actually got really nice jackets. They aren't even hoodies this year. which I think may have been somewhat influenced by Todd,
Yeah.
since he refuses to wear the... Tristan, I don't think that she did. I think it's on
no,
purpose.
no, I do that to myself.
Yeah, it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's our discount Skrillex.
Yep. Edgelord Supreme. With your, so I just basically the differences between Discount Skrillex and Edgelord Supreme is that I in fact come with sour cream. So.
And a drink.
And a drink.
So, oh man, looks like this Gitaxian Pro is going to take a look at a Utopia Sprawl, a Green Sun Zenith, a Wild Growth, and Elephant Grass, and a spell that I'm not particularly familiar with, but I remember seeing it and being bothered by it.
That's fair.
Murph, have a good night.
Yeah, I do, Goblin.
Hoon, we did start one. Technically we're part of one right now, but I have no idea how to actually demonstrate that. But I am currently right now on a team. You can check out twitch.tv/team/roguesgallery. Boom.
Another Utopia Sprawl?
Looks okay.
Yeah, why not? We'll just throw those on there.
Sure. Too bad Chase didn't side in 4 Wastelands.
That would be really good.
That would be solid. So we've got 1 on white, 1 on green, and then the Wild Growth. Otherwise, a bunch of fetch lands and a young Pyromancers. You don't even know what a Twitch King gets you? I think that it just makes a connection to where we don't all have to type, like, Rogues Gallery into our stream title because it's next to all of our names, except it apparently isn't. So, I have no idea. That's kind of what I can tell you. Maybe I need... yeah, I don't know. Sides in Ruination or Blood Moon? Actually, I did not get a look at the sideboard.
I don't know that Blood Moon necessarily helps you out here.
He does run a lot of basic planes. I could actually see it happening.
Yeah.
I think
but I'm saying that
right now?
because Coleman has all of the taps for
yeah, it's awful right now.
enchantments.
Congratulations, you have 1 red land and still just a bunch of... oh, man. David, that's awesome. I'll have to tell Francesco.
Nice. Excited to see it.
So we have a ponder. We're taking a look at appears to be 2 blue spells that we like well enough to keep them. Oh, I know. Well, I figured you were kidding. There's not many decks represented Ruination
of all, like
especially this deck.
Right?
Get annihilated. Oh man, Ruination would be better, however, right now. And it looks like Coleman is just gonna kick it back. So, not the best spot. I think we just have an Enchantress's Presence for Coleman at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Tragic Weather. It has been a long time. So many cool things have happened. We got a sub button. We got a new overlay. We got a new version. We got Maeve here, who is the brand new co-host.
That's me.
It's her. All kinds of cool things happening in the world of tomorrow.
Get the young Pyromancer out.
Today. And Fire and Ice to cantrip, draw a card. Nailed it. And a Seris Sanctum looks real good right now.
Yep.
Lame.
No.
On the red side, Chase has still got the attack game plan going on, so it's not actually the worst thing in the world.
He set it up for it, definitely. Hey, Tragic.
It is a pretty nice looking layout, David. It is.
Winky face.
Winky face. Wouldn't want to waste the opportunity to make that joke. So, the young Pyromancers looking stellar on that battlefield, representing 5 power right now, 3 of which can attack this turn. And it looks like we are just gonna start making elementals. So now is it just if we end up with a Force of Will? Main priority is Elephant Grass and Solitary Confinement.
Yep.
We're also fully aware of what is in Coleman's hand, so we can be a little bit specific about when we decide to hit that, because we don't need to worry about him having the backup in hand. Either way, that's a lot of elementals. I'm feeling pretty good if I'm Chase right now. Chase is looking like he is going to win.
Yeah, he's in a good position. He's ahead on board. He's a
Force of Will
But
in
I
hand.
feel like, yeah, I was gonna say a good counter could put him out of his game, but You're against green, and he has the counter.
Yeah, Chase is in a... I think Chase wins.
Yeah.
Chase wins in 3. Almost certainly. Maybe not definitively, but certainly.
Yeah. Nice picking a side here, I can tell. Maybe.
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 Alright. And we're going to swing.
Swing in.
Nothing like a good bash. And I feel like that's not an accurate life total. But maybe it is? I don't know. I'm not sure how he went to 16 from that
yeah,
attack.
I've kind of given up on trying to keep
I think
track.
he just...
I don't know.
Actually, I think that was all this turn. So I think he only swung at the ones that weren't summoning sick.
Sure.
And he just turned them all sideways.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
It is a birthday bash for Chase's Elementals because they just were birthed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, Coleman needs to find something pretty good right now. Wow.
Really quick.
That's quite the ad, Doro.
Multiple things. Really quick.
Yeah, and he needs at least 2 of them, and that's just not going to happen when all you have is the Serra Sanctum.
Oh, yeah.
Solitary Confinement? Sure. Sure. And then I guess that goes horribly wrong?
Because he's got the Force.
Yep, he does have a bunch of summoning sick tokens. Does indeed.
Carpet.
Yeah. I think that Chase is about to win. Potentially, actually, it might take 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
He puts it on top of the library. And I think you just need to play an enchantment. The interesting thing here is that I think if he only has green enchantments in hand,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be pretty rough. Oh, okay, but he can use the Carpet of Flowers to cast it. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In before Sphere of Safety. In before Force of Will.
I wish, dude.
Alright, Wild Growth. Let's start digging. If he finds another answer, double Solitary Confinement would be sweet. How has Tess Ant been doing in our local meta? Storm's doing okay. Ryan's been on it. I'm not sure what his performance has been. I don't think he's been in the finals, but he's also slightly new to the deck, so...
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we're going to fire this one off, go for the other Enchantress effect, get a draw off of that as well.
Mm-hmm. Does he have 2 Force in hand?
He has...
He has 2 Forces in hand?
Does he... Oh, and he's got 2 blue cards.
Yeah, he's got 2 counters right now.
So Coleman needs
3 spells.
Really, really good answers. I think he's got a Seal of Primordium in hand, which is completely dead.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an Enchantress on top of the library there. I don't think Coleman can dig out of this. I think he's just not there.
Yeah.
It's too far gone. Because we can fire off that. He doesn't draw cards.
No?
He has the other Wall of Blossoms that he might be able to get more mana with by going to the second main phase.
Mm-hmm.
Forcible is going to take that one down. It's technically, so Coleman may have theoretically one more turn.
Sure.
Because he is...
It's going to trigger 2 more times on that Power Man, so it's going to put him up to... That's...
Well, he does have a
just
couple...
short of lethal, if not lethal.
But he also does have a blocker.
Oh, he does have the Enchantresses, doesn't he?
So...
I mean, you don't wanna do that, but
you certainly don't want to. I'll give you that.
It's a possibility.
We did get actually another Solitary Confinement, so we could try firing off one of these. He reveals the other Force of Will, and that is going to be enough.
Yep.
Are we really? Nice!
I'll be right back.
Alright, over 100. Hi, everybody. Let's head on up to the booth. Hello and thank you for joining. My name's TJ. I'm joined tonight by Maeve, who is out there in the field trying to find us another feature match to put on camera. As it currently sits, we're sitting with about roughly 25 minutes left in the round. This is basically me guessing, but we're going to try and get another round on for you, so stick around. We're doing 4 rounds, I believe, tonight of that Legacy action like we do every single Friday. Should be a blast and a half, if, of course, you do know how to count in that increment. And if you use, I guess, the universal blast, as opposed to any sort of locality blast. Coleman dig through 7 cards that turn, though. He did dig through a lot of cards, and it didn't quite go well enough. On the other hand, if you could wear your tank top as a hat, you would play. What? Oh, man. All right, so we're going to try and find another one here. Be sure to hit that follow button and join us in the future. We do streams every Monday at 6:30. We've got standard, that's Pacific time. It's currently about 8:12 p.m. here. You've also got modern every Wednesday at 7 and Saturday at 6. And we have got we've got Legacy, just like tonight, every single Friday at 7:30. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing this for coming up close to 14 months. Coleman could have won, actually. I don't believe so. But I'd be curious. Oh, yes, absolutely. If Chase didn't have 2 Force of Will, there was a chance that he could have won. But he did. And that was pretty rough. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Gibasem. I don't quite know where some of this stuff comes from. I feel like sometimes I look away. 24-hour stream. I have been working on convincing Dylan to do one. The big issue is that 24-hour streams are ridiculously hard to do when you're doing live Magic, because we'd have to run 24 hours worth of tournaments or prepared content, and that's a lot from a live perspective. So that would be really, 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 really difficult, but possibly doable. I'm working on it. I'm working on the logistics. A 12-hour stream is certainly possible. I'd like to do one of those. I have considered a 12-hour stream, just setting up a bunch of events and getting people to line up on it. So maybe we'll get there. I hope to. Optimus Rhyme, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you. You are a rock star, and welcome to the Fortnite. So let us know where you are watching from. And yeah. And thank you to everybody who's joining. You're all pretty incredible. You're all pretty solid and fantastic. And it's just a pleasure having you all here. Just do it during pre-release. Limited is terrible to do. I do not at all want to stream Limited. We've tried it once. It was pretty meh. But it's pretty difficult to stream Limited, especially a pre-release. Because all the cards are brand new. So I could maybe try it one day, but we would need to move forward with a... We're working on getting one of the scanners in the future. Watching from Nashville. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope you're having a good night. Yep. Integrating MTGO would help too. That's true. I am going to get an account eventually. We'll see. Just throwing ideas. I can dig it. It's just Limited is so hard to do from the perspective of you don't get to... The most interesting part of Limited is the deck building and the drafting and all that stuff. And we wouldn't be able to see that, and then we wouldn't have a deck list to be able to know what's coming up. So it just throws off any of our ability to do it. We can certainly try it, possibly, but I don't know. I don't know. Anything that I'm looking forward to in Frontier? You're only excited about being able to play your Treasure Cruises again. My goodness, Treasure Cruise is a good card. What am I excited to... The thing that excites me about Frontier is that red deck wins is a thing. That's where I'm at. Rabble Red is something. And I would love to play that. So, I guess that's what I would do. I really like it. Rabble Red is sweet. Goblin Rabble Master was a lot of fun to play. I would have to take a look to see if we can do Burn. Yep. Limited is horrible for viewing? Yeah.
I don't disagree with that, actually. As much as I love Limited, that is not a very good thing to watch.
No joke. Anything else out there?
A lot of games that are done and going to Game 3 after this current one. So maybe in like 5 minutes.
Very cool. Do we have Coleman out there taking a look?
Yes.
Wonderful. Do I think that Frontier will be an actual thing? If by actual thing you mean supported by Wizards, no.
No, not for at least a while. Like, it really has to catch on if it's going to.
It'll either be forced, because that's what happened with Commander.
Yeah.
So there is precedent for them to, supporting a format based on it. If there's enough of a demand, which I don't think that there currently is, but I could see it happening with how popular it's been.
Yeah.
Maybe. But otherwise, eventually, yes.
I think because of how polarized the community is on the subject of Frontier.
Thank you so much for the follow, is the Tim. True, but I'm not sure why they are so polarized.
I mean, the consensus seems to be that it's either just an old standard or
a new modern.
A new modern.
I mean, yeah. That's fair.
It's a smaller card pool modern, which I would be okay with, but
Possibly too small.
yeah, that's my gripe with it mainly is that like it literally is just an old standard right now with how smart it looks,
Sure.
how small the card pool is.
Sure. I can see your point. It's popular enough that it's certainly catching on. It will either become a format, maybe not called Frontier, but it will either be a format in 2 years because they will need maybe, I guess, between 2 to 5. Or it'll be one just because it's popular.
Yeah.
If it's popular, they'll support it because then they can make money.
The thing about Extended, though, is that it did rotate. It was just a wider standard. This is a new Eternal format that does not rotate. It's starting debatably a little bit too early. But it won't, like, it stays at M15 and will not turn, like, it won't go forward.
Yes. So I agree. Because saying that Extended serves no purpose because it was exactly big standard.
It was just a big standard, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that no matter what happens, even if they don't do this, there will one day, absolutely not a matter of if, absolutely a matter of when, be another format. That's just the same thing. It's modern, but with a smaller card pool.
Sure, yeah.
It is going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
The question is this that format?
That's fair enough, and I think it's a good cutoff point. I think that they have, within the last few years, have changed kind of their set design philosophy and the way they do it. I don't necessarily agree with some of their choices. I do think that because of the fact that there are some hose cards that are not being included in the set, that it might be a little weird to start out with. But I think over time, eventually, there will be enough that it'll just be a new modern.
Yes, I think that no matter how far back they go, they should not include Return to Ravnica.
I agree.
If they're going to have the fetches, they should not have the shocks.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with Joro. It has been a lot of fun to watch. I have not had the opportunity to play it. So my opinions are based on observational data. But it's been way more fun to watch than I expected. So that alone has got me excited.
Cool. So we got Tanner on the wall on Shardless. Not on the nut wall, sorry.
Okay. He, I think, is on Nickfit. And what is his opponent?
Joe.
Okay.
What's Tanner playing?
Tanner's playing Nick Fit.
Nick Fit it is. Okay.
Okay. And what is Joe playing?
Joe Bombardment.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you.
What game is it?
Game 3.
Cool. Thank you. Alright,
Cool.
so Zombardment versus Nick Fit.
Nick Fit.
Game 3.
I just saw a bunch of Shardless Asians and stuff like that, so I just made the assumption.
Yeah. Yep. Jovnish, I would say test it before you say that. I was surprised by the diversity of the format just in what I've seen.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a wide variety. It's just a matter of card variety.
I don't know. It's certainly better than I thought it would be, but let's go back to Legacy.
Let's head on down.
Yeah. Okay, so lining up. Yes, I do. That is a great point.
Siege Rhino, what are you doing? No, Siege Rhino.
I mean, there's one card that actually is like what this deck is.
That's fair.
Let's do Gravecrawler. Yeah, I like Gravecrawler.
That's fair. Awesome.
Ooh, nice.
Turn 1 elemental token for Tanner.
Wow, that
Pretty
ley
nice.
line of Elemental is so
Yeah,
good.
dude, it's so OP.
You must be playing Conspiracy Legacy.
Something, I don't know.
You get the 1/1 Defender Conspiracy to start
yeah.
off with. He did not get the memo that those were instantly banned in Legacy. They're Black Border.
They are.
They showed up in packs. They're legal. I will take my 1/1 Defender, which apparently just rests in the command zone for the card.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see how those would work. Zombies. Oh, it's a sweet zombies deck. With Goblin Bombardment. Yes.
The thing about the conspiracies, though, is that they all mention about drafting. So you wouldn't be able to use them in constructed anyway.
No, I know.
Okay. I just the way you phrased it, it was just like...
Well, like, if they hadn't been banned, how would you use them?
Yeah, okay.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, they don't work. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, would you have them in your deck and then take them out and have, like, a 30-card deck? Or would they just rest in the command zone and everybody runs all of them?
That's fair, yeah.
It's a question that has no relevance on any actual situation ever. But I wondered it all the same.
It's fair.
So Cabal Therapy, and it looks like we may have missed on our name. There is a Bitter Blossom in hand. That is going to be really good against this deck.
Oh yeah, especially when he's got Tormod's Crypt.
Good point. Great point.
Who cares about recurring zombies when you can just make more fairies?
I mean, that's exactly what I came across in most of my situations, and I think my guess is that that's going to actually be how it goes in the next Magic story.
Sure.
Liliana's going to come into a point where she comes across a crypt and can't raise zombies, and she's going to be like, well, I'll just make fairies then.
Yeah, why not? And then you have like zombie fairies that are actually 2/1s, but because they're also 1
Can't
toughness, they trade, and that's the design theory.
So a Deathrite Shaman coming down for Tanner, it would be a much better tool in this matchup, and it's going to combine really nicely with that Tormod's Crypt to make it to where he doesn't need to actually crack that crypt too soon. If he can just use the Deathrite Shaman, kind of proactively make sure that graveyard stays limited,
Sure.
and then if it gets out of control, it gives him this Tormod's Crypt to act as almost a safety valve as opposed to that proactive solution.
Right.
Okay. Gonna focus on Legacy now? Yes. By the way, I did catch up on the Kaladesh story.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah.
It was specifically so that you and I could talk about it.
Yeah. I still didn't finish it, so
Nailed it.
you're more ahead than I am.
Ah, man, and that Gravecrawler is going to bash in for 2. Otherwise, from Joe's side of the battlefield going in, he does have a Blood Artist in hand. That card is not bad.
It is gas in his deck.
Fact. But I might almost just put down the Bitter Blossom is so good right now. The biggest thing that I'm worried about is, just random stuff like a Reclamation Sage that may have come in for the Goblin Bombardment.
Sure.
Maybe I'm worried about an Abrupt Decay. Would not be stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Maelstrom Pulse in hand?
That's what I'm seeing.
Well, I guess the fact that we have no third land makes it look a lot better. However, there's
It's
also...
the Abrupt Decay, yeah.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Let's answer all your stuff.
All at once.
Get out of here, you scamp. I like that. So he did do that during his main phase, which is the right play because it means that Joe doesn't actually get one of these fairies.
Mm-hmm.
But it does mean that Joe has an open turn where he doesn't need to worry about this death. Right, Shaman being active,
Sure.
either as a blocker or as something to start feasting on that graveyard. So this might... It's a really small window, but I'll be curious to see how Joe uses it.
Uh-huh.
Something like, he could... I'm totally spacing on it right now. The Carrion Feeder. Or the...
Yeah, the Carrion Feeder.
Yeah. So maybe like
The
a Carrion
one
Feeder
for
here,
one,
he
then you
might
just
be able
start-
to utilize.
Yeah, sacking stuff.
Yeah, because he could play one and make a 3/3 Carrion Feeder right off the bat. And that might be a decent way to go about it.
Yep, there's Blood Artist, though. Got a Grim Horus Specs and 3 unknowns in Joe's hand.
But Joe is not an unknown here at the store.
You what?
But Joe is not an unknown here at the store.
That's fair.
It's a really weak joke.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
not unlike Joe. Seems very strong.
You wish there was a decent legacy near you? Well, luckily there's a decent legacy scene here at Geek Fortress, and we're happy to share it with you.
Yeah. Luckily, we stream every Friday. Legacy 7:30
All of them.
every Friday.
Doesn't he have a Tormod script?
Yeah.
I guess that's true. I'm not sure. I guess getting him to use the Tormod script would also be kind of a win, though.
Yeah. Especially this early.
Yeah. Because then
He's free to go,
Then
yeah.
he doesn't have a Tormod script. That's important.
Uh-huh.
It looks like Joe just wants to fight with his own Deathrite Shaman.
Yep, that's fair.
The Maelstrom Pulse actually so bad against this Deathrite Shaman. Oh, man,
I agree.
that is delightful. That is a delightful bit of fact. Also, the new Nissa is in his hand.
Is it?
The new 5-minute
Oh
Nissa.
yeah, it is, dude. That's exciting.
That's awesome. As well as a Liliana of the Veil. Does have a Senses Dividing Top coming down. This is a hand of just nothing but sweetness. It looks like a Scavenging
It's
Ooze.
just he's kind of upset.
And it looks like we're going to try and take a mana here.
Yeah.
So, a
But
Scavenging
Joe's
Ooze...
doesn't have summoning sickness, right? Like,
Joe's does have Summoning Sickness.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're good.
Am I going to be wearing a Christmas tie next week? I will see about acquiring a Christmas tie.
You should do it.
I should. It's more a matter of, do I? I think so. I think so. I need to make sure that the problem is that I need to make sure that I have one that isn't green.
That's fair. Otherwise, you just be see-through.
Exactly. So, I want to say yes, and I will hesitantly say yes.
Just get, like,
And I
little
will do
reindeers
my
on it and
best.
stuff.
I'll do my best. I gotta make sure that one of the ones that I have access to is greenless.
Mm.
And I think there is one that is.
It's kind of one of those colors that are hard to get on a Christmas anything.
Yeah,
Without it, at least.
absolutely. And of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't just end
Yeah,
up
get
with
one
a
with
maybe.
penguins.
I mean,
Find one with penguins. Do it.
I've got an oddly large amount of penguin stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, penguins are my
So
favorite
is-
animal
so
for a
is my
while.
brother, yeah. My brother's in that camp.
Ah,
Do you just... Oh, no. Okay,
Penguin
so I was
camp.
going to say, do you just leave up your...
that's what we used to call butler school.
That's fair.
Camp Penguin.
Is that a terrain generator? Or is that under the laboratory?
Oh, that's a Phyrexian tower.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
I have like terrain.
It just looks like black. Like, I can't tell.
Oh man, no, that would be
Yeah,
sweet.
no, the one that adds 2.
Oh, is that a Phyrexian? No, wait, hold on. Vorath Stronghold. That's what it is. That's what it is. Dang it, we can't do. Dang it, we can't do.
Darn.
We can't show that card. Because, David, if you're out there, we can't show things with apostrophes in them.
Yeah, your software doesn't tend to pick that up very easily. Just type it in.
Yeah, that's... There we
That
go.
it is.
Yep, Vorath Stronghold, so it's add a
Sure.
colorless to your mana
First
pool.
recursion, yeah.
Or put a creature card up. Exactly. Get things back.
Mhm.
The card. Terrain generator. Right? Is anyone out there playing Stasis? I don't think Jordan Isaka is out here.
Nope.
There might be someone out there playing it, but Jordan certainly is. And if you're looking to watch Stasis, he's probably the best.
Pandora, it looked like... Okay.
Yes. Intuition.
Intuition for probably
3 green.
a bunch of our...
3 Bloodghast.
Just a bunch of our... yeah.
Against the Tormod script and double Deathrite?
Yeah.
I'd do
Seems
that.
bad. You gotta do it eventually. Like, it's gonna happen.
I mean, what's the worst case scenario? You end up with a Gravecrawler. And what are they gonna do? Crack the graveyard before the other one goes to the yard,
Well, and I
and then
think...
Deathrite it away.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get this... He's definitely trying to force the Torments. He wants it away so that he can do his graveyard shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a decent chance of that. Maybe he's just trying to line up to where next turn he can drop down this Grim Haruspex and start attacking in fairly aggressively, because then any of those trades, first of all, it's unlikely that the Deathrite Shamans are going to be trading, but it's theoretically possible.
Sure.
But each time that they do, Tanner loses a life, Joe gains a life, but more importantly, Joe draws cards.
Sure.
And when he doesn't have his graveyard as a resource in this game, which is normally kind of this supplemental hand that he has access to,
Yeah.
it does give him a nice little edge there.
Moontoad Foot, I wouldn't, unless you have some way to interact, and so you could use that probe to find what you need to interact with. If you're just playing combo elves and you're just trying to make a board safe every turn, there's no need.
Talric! Thank you so much! That's so kind of you. Thank you. We'll put it to good use. We'll do cool stuff. That's so nice. So nice.
So nice.
High five me, Maeve. Nice.
That's how much you have to pay in order to get a high five out of me. It's $10.
There's
Please don't donate $10 with the intention of a high five.
I'll keep high fiving her.
Please don't.
Alright, so we do have the top out, 2 Deathrite Shamans, a Vorath Stronghold, and an Underground Sea, supplementing, of course, the main card, which is a Tormod script. Otherwise, on Joe's side of the battlefield, 1 fetch, 1 swamp, a Badlands, a Bayou, 2 of these Bloodghasts.
Yep.
1 Deathrite Shaman of
Because
his
there's one
own.
in his hand and he couldn't afford to play it, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but they have
well-
haste next turn.
Right. Right? I mean, that's... And looks
think
like Tanner
we're just-
stumbled with his hand. And it looks like he is going to scoop.
And he skipped it up.
That's interesting.
Right.
I think that Tanner had a little bit more...
I think he had a chance.
I think he had more game in that game than he gamed.
Yeah, I agree. He should have just kept going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was choked for a good while. He had no green mana.
Yeah.
Well, he had an Underground Sea and a Volrath Stronghold.
Yeah.
Basically, he would have to use one Deathheart Charm to produce the green for the other. It was getting into a pretty weird spot. I don't know. It didn't work out, and Joe did make it work out.
Yep.
So, let's head on up and get ready for...
Round 2.
Fight.
Fight.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Hello, 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 everybody. It's good to see you all here. You're incredible and amazing, and as always, appreciated for your presence, your time, your support, and your generosity with all of those things. Yeah, it's really fantastic having you all here. I love doing this, and tonight, I am joined by Maeve. She's awesome. She's not here at this exact moment, but she's out there looking for a match for you. Thank you so much, Doro. Or his Bites and Flight, he's having a Nick fit? Possibly. An opportunity to eat the land when Joe ate it with you are correct. You are correct. Could have gone for that one. Maybe he was thinking that he would use it to produce the green to try and eat another one. But I don't think that that was quite as useful as actually just keeping him from casting it. You're not familiar with Legacy. Is there a reason he never used the Crypt? So for Veggie there, there's a great argument to be said that he could have used it sooner, and there's a decent chance that he was probably just waiting for it to be more useful, but Joe's deck isn't Dredge.
On the wall.
Fills up the graveyard.
The one, the only, Chase Hansen.
By on the wall, do you mean facing
No,
the
not
wall?
the wall. Yeah, facing the wall.
Okay, I was just checking.
On the not wall, or on the not facing the wall.
Harry?
Is Harry. He's
Okay.
on Rug. Or Sultai. Bug.
So he's on Bugged Up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sultai.
Okay.
Sultai.
Alright.
This is why I call it Sultai, because I keep getting it wrong. I keep calling it Rug and Bug and Rug. There's a bug under the rug.
Yeah, but it's snug, so
Yeah,
it's okay.
snug, so it's cool.
So,
Alright.
Bug Delver versus Pyromancer's Ascension.
Yep.
A deck that runs
It's-
Stifle, Daze,
Yeah, it's
I guess
definitely
not Stifle.
it's gonna be an uphill battle.
not Stifle, but Daze and Force of Will,
Yep.
as well as some Cabal therapies of his own. I think Bug is probably gonna be...
No, I call it Sultai because I have a tendency to mix up Bug and Rug. Like, for whatever reason, red looks like black and black looks like red.
You might be colorblind.
Possibly. Anyway,
For some
don't know.
reason...
it's not common for women to be colorblind.
Really?
Correct. Yep.
Huh.
The more you know.
Today I
It's
learned.
I think it's in the X chromosome or whatever. I don't have two of. Is-
So when it comes to colorblindness, X gonna give it to you.
Yep.
Alright, and let's go ahead
More cow.
head on up. We have also got the sweet cow back on the battlefield.
Yep.
We're trying to squeeze as much out of Chase as we can since we don't get him back
Yeah.
very often. He's back from California basically for tonight. Lordwood Raven, yes I am. I got an A
You
plus.
got an A plus.
I got an A plus.
Goro, I'm pretty sure you just made TJ's night.
Alright, so we're going to take a look at this with a Gitaxian Pro. We've got Wasteland, Underground Sea, Ponder, Liliana of the Veil, Abrupt Decay, Tarmogoyf. So,
We've got
looks like
a
Harry
full hand.
looks like Harry had twins when it came to the Goifness. Otherwise, looking to abruptly call an end to whatever that Chase tries to assemble the Pyromancer's Ascension. In the meantime, that Liliana might be a useful tool against a young Pyromancer if it comes down swiftly and actively enough, but never mind. The Tarmogoyfs
The
are going to
Morgoths.
call it a day.
Yep. Five card opening hand.
Ah, man. It's good to see you, Captain. That is Stryfo, actually. That is
is.
Chase in your face Hansen.
He's in your face. Well, technically you're in his because you're looking right at his.
I'll get inside your face.
Whoa.
Get out of my face.
It's all these modern cards. This is Legacy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Chase is fantastic.
Yep.
Also a pretty talented player.
Yep.
Not playing his usual deck tonight.
Sure.
He's normally he's a okay Reanimator player. He normally focuses on other decks like Cavern Harpies, things like that. You know, that kind of
The
stuff.
fun stuff.
Yeah, new tricks.
Fun stuff for me.
New tricks. But fun stuff for him. I think that Chase is a fantastic testament to the fact that you can always be
Play
both
what you know. Play what's for fun.
Exactly. Play what you know. Like,
Especially in Legacy of all formats.
and be competitive and try new things. He brews up a lot of weird stuff, and he does at least decent plus with it. Obviously, he's had
D's plus.
more success with Reanimator.
Sure.
That is an interesting fact, Caleb Van Vector. I did not know that.
Yep. I knew that just because Discovery Channel is.
That song by Eiffel 65 suddenly makes so much more sense.
Yep.
So a Deathrat Shaman coming down for Harry, kicking it back, no second land. Not thrilling. And the Pyromancer's
turn 3?
sure, but an Abrupt Decay might be coming back if
I
Harry.
think we're okay with that though because
Ooh.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that a young Pyromancer is a little bit more scary than a Pyromancer's Ascension in this matchup specifically.
I think.
Just because
I'm not entirely sure.
he
I
goes to
agree.
Abrupt Decay it in response, 3 instant spells, you now have a board state of 3 creatures.
I'm still not entirely sure.
As
But I agree.
opposed to well, I mean
That's true. It is the days.
yeah.
That's a fact. I'm not convinced.
That's just how I look at it. I mean, I could very well be wrong, but I just feel like I'd rather have a board state against Delver than
But Toxic Deluge is pretty good.
Yeah.
Post board. Harry might have some of that going on.
that's fair.
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. I do like Toxic Deluge.
At least game 1, I'd rather have a board state than a couple more zaps.
Yeah. Hoon, what percentage of people at typical Friday Night Legacy have 0 proxies? Maybe a quarter to 50%.
There's a decent amount. It's a matter of if somebody's trying something new or something like that.
Or just if they're new to the
Or
format.
new to the
Yeah.
format,
I would say maybe between 25 to 50% on a given Friday, but that number may be a little bit off.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm a maybe kind of person.
Yeah, he's pretty good at maybe.
Alright, so the Deathrat Shaman's sitting down. Renegade Coaster?
Hey.
Thank you so much!
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi.
It's nice having you here. The Fire Knight's fulfilling its duty, which is killing Deathrat Shamans.
Yep.
So haven't figured out how to set MTG bot for commands? Well, Doro can probably help you there. You didn't see many when you played there? Yeah. You give Donovan a few cards for his high time deck, which is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, that's about right.
So Dark Confidant coming down for Harry, Young Pyromancer for Chase. It's Battle of the Power 2 drops. Never mind. No, it's not.
No, it's
And
getting zapped.
Young Pyromancer wins that battle. Hands down. Or
Always.
Elementals down, should I say.
Yeah. Cast trigger.
Yes. That is exactly what happened.
I don't know. This is the position that I would love to be in.
If I'm Chase?
If I'm Chase, yeah.
I agree completely, and it looks like you were correct. The Young Pyromancer is looking phenomenal, especially in Game 1, if nothing else.
I mean, yeah. Well, no, definitely game 1. What sort of thing he's gonna do is like Abrupt Decay, and then I instant speed a couple things out and get 2 more dudes. I'm totally okay with that at that point.
Yeah, yeah, and these are just gonna steadily apply that pressure. And there's not a whole lot. I mean, I guess a Gurmag Angler would be pretty decent for attempting to stabilize.
Sure.
If it sticks on the battlefield in the first place, but Chase has got a lot of mana.
I mean, he's got the Fire and Ice in hand, so he can keep it down for a couple turns.
Or at least
get more dudes. Like...
Oh man, he does have the Fire Ice. That card is delightful.
Straight cold fire.
I wish you could fuse it.
3 more.
But yeah, he can tap it down. It gives him a cantrip. That's big. It does tap it down for a turn, which gives him 4 damage because he's likely tapping it down at Harry's end step.
Yep.
So, though, I guess there's a good argument for doing it on your turn because there's nothing that Chase is going to draw that's more expensive than like just doing both of them.
Sure.
So he might try and default to sorcery speed for a lot of these spells just to make sure that he's able to have full information of what he's going to draw. And it allows him just to plan out his turns a little bit better if he wants to utilize maybe a Brainstorm in addition to that Fire and Ice to try and line up something with a fetch or do anything, you know, in that realm of trying to utilize stuff.
If not, then just at an end of Harry's turn.
Sure. And I think that I would rather wait the turn, take 1 less damage by having 1 less elemental, you know, without the Sony sickness, to just make sure that I had a the most amount of information on my turn when I'm kind of coming to this point in the matchup in which I want to make sure that anything that I cast is going to stick and be impactful.
Sure.
Hard-casted Force Will.
Hard-cast the Force.
You gotta love it.
I've done that like twice, ever.
Papa Tritty, it's good to see you.
Are we just going to try to daze this? He has open mana.
If you play against High Tide, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Because if you have an island up, sometimes they'll cast enough High Tides that eventually they'll you'll draw one of your Force Wills, and then you can just hard cast a Force Will with a single island. In theory, of course. Okay. I mean, I would prefer if GP Louisville was streamed. I think that every GP should be streamed. I don't think that it's that Wizards of the Coast forbade them. I don't think Star City would do it if they weren't getting paid. They don't want to do it for free.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even streaming a lot of their own Legacy events. Well, I guess they're just not doing Legacy events, but... Like, I get that it's an expensive thing for them. I am personally in the opinion that Wizards streaming should be both for everything and also pretty severely improved, to try not to speak too ill of them. But there are things that they can do which could be better.
Going to 3.
Significantly.
I think Harry is just a really not fun position right now, and there's not much main board that I don't think can pull him back out of that.
They did because they have another event at the same time? Sure. I get that they have another event at the same time, but... Oh no, their coverage is fine. The people who commentate are fine at the game.
Yep.
Wizards' need for improvement in streaming has nothing to do with their commentators. It has everything to do with... okay, let me put it this way. There are maybe 3 people who work on the stream when it's not running with limited time, and then there's 2 people working on it while we're live. And I cannot even fathom what I'd be able to do if I had 10 to 20 people working on it at the same time. That's where I'm at. I can't even functionally tell you how much I would be able to do with that. It would be a lot. Okay. Hey, thanks, Bites in Flight. Louisville is legacy. Louisville is legacy. It doesn't have a Maeve. That is true. That is true. But, I mean, to be honest, my debate has nothing to do with the fact that it's legacy. And I get that everybody here is legacy players. Sure. That's fine. But I would say this to any of the streams here. Every GP should be streamed. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think that if you are going to stream GPs, stream them all.
Yeah.
If you have 2 GPs in the same weekend, great. Why I don't see the downside to maybe opening 3 Wizards accounts and streaming all 3 of them and letting people pick. If they're all the same format, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're not...
Even then, you can just do multiple tables.
Sure. Sure, yeah, even overseas, stream them. Maybe they're not English. Maybe they would be, native language. That's fine. Why not? Why not? I mean, you can watch it and just see what's happening. A lot of people mute this stream anyway. I mean, I think that every stream or every GP should be streamed, and I get that that's expensive, and I have no involvement with what their actual costs are. So maybe I'm totally speaking out of line with encouraging that, but that's where I'm at. If people expect every GP to be streamed, they would watch it more instead of always wondering.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that people might actually subscribe to the Wizard stream as well. If there was a weekly stream.
Sure.
It would actually give them, a benefit to it.
That being said, I'm kind of okay with them not, because that would hugely cut into ours.
Yep.
But that's okay. That's okay. So, they should be doing it all. Like, that's where I'm at. If you want to put the game at the forefront, lots of people watch Twitch, you make it entertaining to watch, you improve the ability that you have to demonstrate, they can do...
Hey!
Lathier!
Thank you!
Thank you so much for the 1,000 cheers. That is awesome. That is phenomenal. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. We minimize and listen before we mute and watch. Fair enough, Hoon. Okay. Chord for 4. First of all, your name is delightful. So, step 1. Second of all, in fact, we even have a quote in there that is like, "You're not running counter spells, chord for max."
Yeah, dude.
It was Eric's catchphrase when we were playtesting. Anyway, I'm probably not popular enough to be a professional commentator. Also, there's an earthquake happening.
Ah, earthquake!
It had nothing to do with either of us. It was just natural circumstances that just happened, provided an earthquake. Luckily, we got through it.
Yep.
Okay. So, Cabal Therapy, what do you name Death Threat Showman?
Yeah, I definitely think we want to name something that they want to do on turn 1, turn 2.
Looks like we...
Golgari Charm.
That-
one of my favorite techs for this deck.
Looks sweet.
It will just destroy his tokens. Just straight up. He now has an answer to absolutely everything Chase could possibly want to do.
Dutch,
That's about right, yeah?
Dutch, Wally, welcome to Magic. If you ever do have questions, toss them into the chat. Everybody who's in there will be wonderfully helpful to you. Everybody, yeah, please, if you do have questions, be sure to ask them. We're more than happy to help you get into this game. Okay.
Having somebody else to talk Magic with is always cool.
Yeah. So, 2 lands for Chase out. Sorry, Chord for 4. Your name is just so enchanting. And thank you. Also, TJ is a professional commentator, because this is a professional stream.
It's a professional stream, but we are making money off of it now, aren't we?
Well, no one is actually
Nobody's
making
making
money.
money, but the stream is generating
The stream is making money.
money to
Itself.
produce the stream. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you were absolutely true. Correct.
It is that looked like a Leovold. Yep.
Leovold is now in the graveyard, which is right where it should be. That card is bonkers good.
Bonkers, yeah, dude. I'm kind of wanted to see it.
Have I been starting to give you some of my vocab words?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh goodness, it's not too long until I start saying things are lit, fam.
You already have been.
I know, but I say it ironically. I don't want to get to the point where I'm not.
You just accidentally say it just one day it's gonna slip out unironically, like it happened with me, and
I'll tweet it all over.
You'll never go back.
I'll tweet it all over about it. So the young Pyromancer gonna go away to that man between the Golgari Charm and Dark Blast is so good. Dark Blast is so good. Actually, it's not actually. Dylan's not making money from this either. Nope. Interestingly enough.
The stream is making money to produce itself.
Yep. Basically, everything that comes in through the subscriptions and the donations and all that stuff is going back into improvements for the stream, and that's where it's at right now.
There's no point in not.
Our hands are out of the cookie jar at the moment. Eventually, my hope is to start At least even like a small amount, helping to compensate all the co-hosts and the helpers and all that stuff. But that's in the future. At the time being, it's basically just improving the stream. And Dylan, the store owner, is in the exact same boat.
Yep.
However, you can check out CakeFortressGames.com to order all the singles and accessories that you need, and assist the store that way. Okay, so Pyromancer's Ascension. How do you feel about it?
I think it's in play.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
He doesn't have anything to deal with it currently, but there's no counters on it. You're not really worried about it currently.
Yeah, and the nice part about Harry's hand as it currently sits is that currently is that he either has the land or he has the Abrupt Decay, and he doesn't really get to have both.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's only 2 mystery cards, we know the rest of it. There's no blue to cast this Ponder to dig. There's no blue to cast the Delver. He doesn't get the Sylvan Library yet. So Chase gets some free turns.
There's the Abrupt Decay, though.
Sure. And now we just need the... Actually, that's a Toxic Deluge as well.
Yep.
A lot of ways for Harry to take this down to end.
He has control.
Mm-hmm. Renegade Coaster, fun fact. Coleman has been just using Chase's list.
Yep.
Chase is the designer of this deck. But to anybody who is just joining, hello, my name is TJ.
Mine's Maeve.
This is Maeve.
I'm Maeve.
She's awesome.
Hi.
And I think you are actually still the newest addition to the stream team, yeah?
I believe so, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, welcome aboard. It's still great having you.
I'm the squid.
You, Shooby!
The dank...
Woogity, 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 woogity.
The dank rocket power
Oh my
references.
goodness. Thank you, Doro. So the Pyromancer's Ascension is active.
Yep.
The Abrupt Decay can still hinder it, but Chase has got open mana, things to do. He's probably going to try and take advantage of this to the best of his ability.
And Harry does not.
And Harry does...
Cabal Therapy.
Never mind. Guess we are...
Cabal Therapy on the one thing that you could have that could possibly turn off this game for me right now.
Yeah, and Chase's, I think, just took a...
Massive lead.
Yes. Yes.
Despite the fact that Harry is on 1 mana still. Ignoring that fact. We have Ascendant.
I think that's the first Rocket Power reference that I've made in like 12 years.
Back when you actually watched it.
As a, like, that's minimum 12 years.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my goodness. Brilliant. Oh, I'm really impressed that I recognized that.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you were able to bring that up.
What? Impressed?
All the time.
My childhood was Rocket Power.
Your parents were astronauts. Alright, so Gitaxian Probe firing off. He gets to draw 2 cards and take a look at Harry's hand twice. Now that's really relevant because sometimes it'll change on you.
Response, I'll do a thing. Alright, well, let me see it again. Shoot.
This is Shardless Bug or Bug Delver better? Probably Shardless, but I'm not convinced on that.
It depends on the meta. Shardless does grind a lot longer than Delver. But it doesn't... I mean, you need to set up
Thank you, Tobero,
early game.
for the host. That's really kind of you. And hello to you.
Hi.
Yes. Whenever you probe with an Ascension, you always look at your opponent's hand twice. So, of course, it forces you to. That's what the card does.
Literally says.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? So, we have got Abrupt Decay Insurance.
Yep.
Also potentially casting things 3 times.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That turns into 1 mana, 9 damage. Lightning Bolt is really good shortly.
Yeah, actually, this is really close to a deck that myself and some others designed. I want to say like a year ago. No, actually, we've been streaming for a year, haven't we?
Yeah.
So like 2 years ago, which was basically Pyromancer's Ascension and
congrats, Lavamancer.
Young Pyromancer. It was the coolest deck.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. The entire point of the deck was winning with giant lightning bolts because of just Ascension.
That's funny.
And you were running. We were running
man.
cool things like
Maelstrom Pulse is really good right now.
Maelstrom Pulse is really not good.
Also,
right now.
it's you're short 2 mana.
Exactly. Yeah. A 1 mana Maelstrom Pulse is so good right now. Congratulations, G Lavamancer. You have earned your ability to come watch this stream.
Also, I'm here. Yay.
I suppose that's true as well. Welcome, Maeve, as well.
Hi, I'm Maeve.
We've got 2 active Pirates' Ascension,
Yeah.
plus 1 well on its way.
Is that 3 brainstorms?
Uh,
That's pretty good.
well,
1 and then 2 copies.
if he had 2 fetches, it would be better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because basically, it's just draw 5, put 2 back.
Yep. It's like fact or fiction with more fiction. That's. Yep.
Yes! A perfect victory!
What a way to go out, dude.
That's awesome!
I think that's what the deck is supposed to do.
You're probably right!
The deck did what it was supposed to do. Yeah, no, that wasn't really a fun game for Harry.
Let's head on up!
Yeah, let's head on out.
Wow, that was awesome! Hello, everybody, for joining. It's awesome having you. My name is TJ. We just watched Bolts be Bolts, Bolting Bolters. Oh, that was sweet. How much damage was that? Well, the first bolt, I think, would have turned on the third Pirate's Ascension. If that's right, then it ends up being 6 bolts from that, or, oh goodness, 8 bolts from those, plus the initial 3, so that was 11. So that was 33 damage, I think? I think that was 33. Wow. That's a lot. That was very, very cool. Absolutely dig it. Let's go ahead and get another backup match. Maeve's out there taking a look to see what she can find. We're going to move someone on over to Origins. I am sorry that you did not, or Origin 92, I'm sorry that you did not enjoy that. We'll try and get something else for you.
Speaking of which,
I think the first Pirate's Ascension, or the third one, was not active when the first one happened.
so no, yeah, so he would have bolted, and then it would have been
33.
online,
Yeah.
and then
I think it was 33 damage.
it's a lot
Yeah. Yeah.
on versus 1 land, so that kind of sucks.
Man, that's sweet. Anything else?
No,
What?
how do you feel about 20 questions?
Ooh, is it looking like we're not gonna have like another game 3 coming up?
Well,
kind of thing?
I can ask about games. I just know everybody was like mid game, and I didn't want to like interrupt anybody.
Okay.
But I can go like talk to people.
If you could, that would be brilliant, and I would appreciate you
Yeah.
actually forever.
No problem.
Literally?
Literally
Forever.
Forever.
And Perkins.
Literally.
Do our legacy events always start at 8:30? Well, that depends on where you are. They always start at 7:30 Pacific time, but where we are right now, it is 9 o'clock p.m. So, hopefully that is solid. So, let's see what we can do there. How long of a drive are we from Seattle? About 45 minutes, Matt. About 45 minutes. Pilot Nahiri control in Modern. Ooh, nice. I like that deck. I like that deck a lot. I like decks with bolts. You've got 4 Lightning Bolt. You've got the Helixes. I like Helix a lot. Plus, you get to use the Snap Bolt. Man, Nahiri is sweet. Basically, I just like Lightning Bolts. But, welcome, Origin. I don't think that I've ever seen you in the stream before. I apologize if that's not the case. So, I want to either welcome you or welcome you back. It's a pleasure having you. And hello to everybody who is out there in the chat. And I do like the decks with the Lightning Bolts. Hey, Bax Attacks. Huh. Fun name to say. Welcome. It's great having you. Let us know where you're watching from. That way we can get a little bit of a sense. Welcome you, and welcome to the Fortnites. You are a rock star. Alright. After loving this stream for so long, it might be time to take the pilgrimage out there. How exciting! Paths don't deal 3 damage. Paths don't deal 3 damage. Those don't count. But, yes it did, Chord for 4. I would love to meet you. If you do, please do take a moment. I would absolutely love to get to the chance to talk to you, to meet you, to have some fun and converse. That's a really big part of what I love doing, is just meeting people, interacting with people, stuff like that. And Origin, it is your first time joining us. Well, that's awesome. I look for. Hopefully, we'll see you more in the future, and I hope that you enjoy the stream. We do it 4 times a week.
Can I talk to you, Teach?
Absolutely, Chase, get in here.
Alright.
Everybody, this is twitch.tv/Stryfo, or do you have a Twitter?
Nope.
Nope.
Yes, Stryfo
At
also.
Stryfo, or as some people call him, Chase in your face Hansen.
Only very few people call me that.
And he's doing a giveaway. He's not actually. I guess I should be careful saying that. We're not on his stream.
So, how did you like 12 lightning bolts on the stack?
I do. Was the third one active when you fired off the first one? I thought the first one activated the third one, because then it would have been 11.
I waited to make sure they were all active before dropping.
So
the
it
bolts.
was 36.
36 points.
I flailed a lot. It was beautiful. It was awesome. You didn't know Chase plays here? Chase is from here, actually. But he left us. He now lives in California.
Yeah, I live in Davis. I don't usually play here, but I'm home for the holidays, so I'll be playing here this week and next week.
I taught him everything that he knows.
Yeah, he taught me how to sling those bolts.
I taught him how to top 4 GPs.
Yeah, also that.
Unfortunately, I also taught his opponent how to cast Death Threat Shamans. That was
too good a teacher.
Yeah, it's rough. And Joros Critch, welcome to all the new viewers. So, Pyromancer's Ascension. Thoughts on the deck?
It's fun. I don't know if it's any good, but it's fun.
That's fair. So why aren't you playing Reanimator?
I can't have... So my brother wanted to play, and I can't have Reanimator built alongside any of my other decks at the same time, because it just uses too many of the cards that my
The good
other decks use. Right? But between Nick Fit and Pyromancer Ascension only plays 2 undergrounds, Nick Fit plays 2 undergrounds, and Nick Fit doesn't play any Force of Wills, so I'm able to have...
It worked out. So what GP did you top 4, and with what?
So I top 4 GP CTAC last year with 4-color Reanimator, my own special build.
And then got referenced later for innovating his own deck as a different person.
Yes.
That MTG Goldfish article gave me a solid chuckle. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Sorry, for the context, there was an article where they were talking about some of the legacy decks that were...
That's a fantastic question. I don't have my Pandora set up here, so I'm not able to sing at my opponent.
I've got some headphones you can borrow.
I don't think they would appreciate that much.
We certainly do as the viewers. But,
it is hard to play Magic while not singing, that's for sure.
have you just gotten so attuned to that to where it just allows you to get into the zone?
I mean, in Paper Magic, since there's all these other things going around to distract me, it's it's not so bad. But on Magic Online, I need something to do when I'm waiting for my opponent. It's
That's
taking
true.
10 years to make a play.
Oh yeah, so the context. There was an article talking about what was the premise of it? Just cool legacy decks that you may not have seen the innovations of.
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
like new technology in Legacy decks. Yeah.
So they talked
We're
about
moving over right now, but we're gonna have Joe on the wall and Josh on the not wall.
Josh on Rugdover. Okay, perfect.
That's a cool matchup.
So Zombardment versus Rugdover. So anyway, they referenced Chase's really cool 4-color Reanimator deck from GP CTAC in the top 4. And they said, and check out this person who took that list and decided to innovate it, adding in the sweet new Collective Brutality and da-da-da-da-da-da. And it was his MTGO account that had been doing these innovations.
Yeah, so strictly speaking, it's the MTGO account that I play on. It's actually Joshua Go is kind enough to let me play with his cards, and I mean a lot of them are mine now because of how much I have won. But he was the one who originally let me start playing Reanimator.
Reanimator's a good deck.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, so do we? I assume that they're going to Game 3.
I think so.
That seems reasonable. Follow Stryfo? Yes, follow Stryfo. He's a lot of fun. I like his stream. Between Josh and I try and troll whenever we can.
I try to troll my own.
And
chat,
next time he
so-
streams, he's doing a giveaway, so be sure to look out for it.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Sure.
there. Up to you. Up to you. Or I guess is she at the? Is she out there?
I don't know where she is.
Okay. Well, I guess that's gonna settle that.
What?
He's busy.
Yeah, I guess I'm busy. I don't know what vintage anti-Iron Man magic is anyway.
So anti-Iron Man, anti is the old rules.
Yeah.
Iron Man is that if a creature hits the graveyard, or if any
Oh, you
card
rip
hits
it.
the graveyard, you rip it in half.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Reanimator, not great in this strategy.
No, certainly not.
But those are the old days of Magic. Okay. Also, Captain says hi.
Where? Hi, Captain QC.
So, Death Threat Shaman from Joe to kick things off. Not a bad way to start on Rogue Delver's side.
Fork Bolt, yeah. Death Ray Shaman was like... The printing of Death Ray Shaman sort of signaled, you know, the... Rogue Delver was the dominant deck for a long time, and Death Ray Shaman sort of...
Moved
pushed
it
it out.
towards... I mean, even like Grixis kind of took over with it.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue Delver isn't really interested in casting Death Ray Shaman, although it could be, but it's... The traditional shell is not.
Is that usually the slot that becomes a stifle?
No, so it sort of would replace Nimble Mongoose, I think.
That's fair.
But
That's just a kind of the aggressive one drop as opposed to the value.
yeah, remember the deck can only play so many creatures, right? Because it needs to flip Delvers.
Right. Turn them into insectile aberrations.
Yeah.
Joe, getting wastelanded, still stuck on a singular swamp, and this is a 5-color deck that Joe's playing.
In principle, it's
In principle.
5-color black.
It's 5-color with 3 basic swamps.
Yeah.
But he does have the Zulaport Cutthroat out. Could end up going... So the green is kind of for Abrupt Decay. Doesn't quite need those yet, but may want to assemble that in the future just because that non-counter does give him an ability to interact with this deck.
I think I don't know how often Joe plays against Rogue Delver, but he's probably gonna want to fetch here. Yeah, he sees it. Oh, and there's the decay. Yeah, I like this a lot, and I like him attacking first because, as weird as it seems, sometimes
Maybe
the
he'll block.
Sometimes they do.
Well, if he has 2 Delvers in hand,
Yeah,
then trade it and then play 2 more.
yeah.
why
I mean,
not?
even then, I think that's favorable for Joe, but the Delver player might disagree.
Yep. So, wonder why Joe isn't running Melon of Clan Nel Toth in his deck? Probably because that costs like 5?
4.
Oh.
But
Probably 'cause it costs 4?
It is a sweet card. Yeah, it's too big for this deck, I think.
Tarmogoyf coming down that 4/5. Gonna put a little bit of a wall in front of the 1/1 that is normally just used to running the sides of Zulaport. Not fully prepared for the world of, I guess, the future?
Yeah. Whatever Tarmogoyf is from.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess it's
Tarmogoyf
the
is from the
future.
plane of Modern Masters.
Oh yeah, that interesting lore place. Modern Masters.
Looks like we're gonna get another one of those Zulaport Cutthroats. Decides to bring the whole gang in.
They get very good when they're in groups, that's for sure.
Note that there is a cage, which I'm guessing that you've now noticed.
A cage is...
D's plus.
It's okay against Joe's deck. Like,
It's okay.
Joe can play the game without using his graveyard. Like, his deck is worse, for sure.
Sure, and actually one thing that I've noticed, and I've certainly said before, is that Joe's deck, every time that he gets home stream, it's always for like a game 2 or game 3. Basically in game 1, he's a grindy Goblin Bombardment deck.
Yeah.
In every game 2 and game 3, he is a mediocre beatdown deck that just plays around the fact that his opponents are overly cautious of his graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, look, I mean, Joe could be... He would have to be using a bunch of his mana to utilize this Gravecrawler Carrion Feeder synergy.
Sure.
But, I mean, he's not able to, but that's fine, right? He can just attack with 2/1s and 1/1s. And he's got access to... What?
What 2 cards were just played? That
bunch
was
of burn.
Gravecrawler and Carrion Feeder. Carrion
Yes.
Feeder is the unusual one, so we'll bring up that first. Gravecrawler, just a 2/1 that can't block for 1 that you can cast from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. That zombie, the Carrion Feeder.
Yes. This is sort of one of the 2 cards that this deck is really based on. It's Carrion Feeder and Goblin Bombardment. Like these are the payoff cards for being able to recur
Yep.
all of your stuff.
They're the cards that send your grave crawlers and your bloodghast to the graveyard. So there's the things that are killing them and allow, make it to where you want to kill them. Then you have the Zulaport and Blood Artist, which are taking advantage of the fact that you're killing them. And then you have the kind of that third axis is those bloodghasts and the grave crawlers, which want to be killed. So it's kind of a 3-point system, is kind of how I look at it with this deck.
Yeah, for sure. Carrion Feeder also having the convenient type zombie, so it's really nice with the Gravecrawler.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we're going to go for an attack for 4. Joe's going to go down to 10. Still kind of in this...
Josh's hand looks like it's a bunch of lands and maybe a Stifle.
But holding back this Tarmogoyf doesn't seem like the best way to start.
No, he doesn't really have anything going on.
No.
One way or the other.
And technically, he's winning the race. Technically?
I'm not convinced that that's true.
I guess no, the Gravecrawler's a 2-1, so it's 5. So he's got a 4-turn clock.
Yeah.
Actually...
I mean, Joe can also all of a sudden, like, sack a bunch of his dudes and gain... Like, play the drain game.
Yeah, absolutely. And a Goblin Bombardment hitting the battlefield would be massive.
Game's over if Joe hits a bombardment.
Deck of Volti with the sub! Thank you so much. That's the second sub in a row. Can you give me some hype, Chase?
Hey! That's what he said. I'm just copying him.
I think that you are actually the Fawns Reborn. Someone get this man a jukebox. We need to test that. But watch out for sharks, okay? It'll end your career. Oh, man. Best hype of the night. Thank you so much. Let us know what your favorite move to do is when jumping off of a diving board into a pool. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Thank you. It just came up with it right now.
What's your favorite move?
I'm a big fan of the, gingerly step off of it to get into the water because I don't really want to drown.
Not dying. That's a good move. I haven't quite mastered that one yet.
It's Reanimator players. Don't worry, we'll just animate dead him back.
Yeah. I mean, the person that's casting the Reanimate is the one that's taking all the damage, so...
Well,
It's
yeah.
no skin off my nose.
I mean, I prefer to bring you back just by being enchanting.
Belly flop. Those people are not interested in the not dying move.
Alright, so, actually, interesting thought here. Never mind. Less interesting thought. I was thinking, blocks look really good right now, except for the fact that the 2 loose Zulaport throats that are making blocks look good are the only creatures that can block.
Yeah, I think actually, if Josh doesn't have a whole lot of stifles, Joe's just gonna kill him.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, using the sack outlet, getting that additional damage, because this is now 2,
Yeah.
plus an additional
So this
2
is 6
there.
damage, and then it also dealt 2 from sacking the guy.
Yep.
So
And
it's
then
gonna go to,
post board, or post combat,
Yeah,
then you're
you
able to
sack the
sacrifice both of these,
assuming life totals are where I expect them,
which would be
like Josh at 3.
3? Yeah. And that should be a kill.
Yeah, and then Joe can play this same game. And
Yep.
kill him.
Down to 1.
He has to be careful about.
You sack one of the other Zulaport cutthroats.
Yeah, for sure.
And you
Do
call
you
it a
have
day.
a whole bunch of stifles?
We've seen Josh with 3
one,
stifles
just the
before.
one, it looks like.
We've seen him with 3 stifles before. Josh may decide to go for it. I mean, I don't think that you really, get to forever sub. Give me some hype. Lito, it's good to see you. And Joe, Lito1572 with the 2nd month of subbing. No message to say. What you got for some hype this time?
So, first, how can you tell how many months they've subbed?
Because it says for 2 months in a row.
Oh, it says over there. I thought it would say underneath.
Also, I remember, of course.
There are so many of them, though, right? How many subs are you guys up to?
We are up to 145.
That is many. I can't remember that many things.
So I will say that I have maybe chat can either verify or deny this for me, but I think that I've actually a surprisingly solid memory of most of the names in here. At least I try. Oh,
That's
no.
good.
But let's head on up to the booth, and then they can verify, confirm, deny, things like that up there as
Alright.
we get ready for more things.
Hasn't even been standard for a while.
Woo! Do I remember you,
Yeah.
Decavolti? Yeah, you just subbed.
Yeah,
Of course.
we said a
I do remember
or
that.
something like that.
I can't wait until next month when we shout B. That's true. I do this for like 4 nights a week, every week.
Yeah,
So it helps out a lot. It helps out.
I understand.
Just came in. You saw Cutthroat. Ooh, standard. Rest of the board? Nah.
This is Joe, the Eternal Brewer.
Yes, that's definitely true. Classic C? I do. I remember being thrown off as to whether or not I should call you Classics. Why? But then I thought, that sounds like I'm questioning reading the classics, and that's not right. Which is how you became Classic C. I bet I may not have told you that story, but that's how you got your name with me.
I prefer classics. Why? Because why would you ever read the classics?
I like your style, Chase. This is why they call you In Your Face. Is Chase new? This
Yeah,
is
I'm new.
Sure. This is Chase. He's new. He's actually pretty new to the game of Magic. So basically, he's coming in as this brand new. He's new to the game. We're trying to get people who can offer the perspective from kind of this introductory
Yeah.
standpoint, so that he can ask the questions that we may not think to answer.
Yes, yes.
So it definitely works out nicely. He's been having a lot of fun. I think you've had the opportunity to learn some stuff.
Yeah, I learned all sorts of things today.
Like
Like, Lightning Bolt does a lot of damage when you have a lot of Pyromancer Ascensions in play. I wasn't sure before, but now I know.
he looks so laid back and casual. So this is Chase Hansen. He's actually another Twitch streamer. His name is Stryfo on there. I highly recommend that you check it out and follow.
Thank you.
He plays exclusively Legacy. I try and watch any chance that I get.
Sometimes I play Cube.
Yeah, but I'm so tired of Cube. I hate any time that a new Cube comes out because 99% of the streams are all cubing. And
Yeah,
it's just,
I don't like that either.
it's just ugh. But Chase is
Did you
genuinely
get standard showdown packs for teaching me to play?
sorry, I only get showdown packs when I do something right. So, he is an incredibly talented player. I actually learned a lot from him back when he still lived here. He's now moved down south for grad school. We miss him. Hopefully he'll move back someday.
I'd
It's
like
okay.
to,
Yeah.
but
It depends on where the job is.
I'm going to stay in California because that's what a paper I signed says.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't realize that. Of course. But yeah, Chase is phenomenal, and I know that I said it before, but just to give you a little bit of cred, GPC Tech 2015. You did top 4, and you went to Pro Tour Atlanta. Is that I may be off here?
It wasn't Atlanta. It was Oath of the Gatewatch.
Okay, Pro Tour Oath. Yeah, that's right. You got to watch Modern
to watch-
Break in
Yeah, I got
half.
to watch Modern Break. Although I was
You had a
feeling very much under the weather by the time I saw that. Oh, Eldrazi's just crushing everyone.
Yeah, we did
I
not
never- I
build your
didn't-
deck for that.
I think my deck could have played against Eldrazi, but
If you had gotten more than
didn't
2
get to
hours of
play it.
sleep.
Well, I never played against it, and I didn't get any sleep. I played against Infect, and yeah, Infect was more rough.
Hey, Jace Player, it's good to see you. What is your favorite card?
My favorite card?
Cavern Harpy?
Tidespot Tyrant.
Oh, no, that's totally your favorite card.
Oh yeah,
That card is so sweet. That and Raven's Crime together? Together forever.
Yes.
Man, I have been Raven's Crime locked by you and a Tidespun Tyrant more than I'd like to admit.
That deck was fun. I wish that I could play that kind of stuff in
Everything?
yeah. Lone Raven's Crime.
What did he
Tidespot
play at the
Tyrant.
PT?
I
4
played-
color
I
gifts.
played 4 color gifts.
I spent like 3 months working on this list, and half of my time was testing it, and the other half was trying to convince him to play something else.
I wasn't gonna play anything else.
No.
It was gas.
The deck was super sweet.
It did have Dramoka in it.
Dramoka's not his favorite card. No, Dramoka doesn't.
Oh yeah, no. Dramoka's not my favorite card. It's my favorite white creature.
Oh, goodness. And of course, my favorite card that you play, I guess, if I were to like define
Lightning
my
Bolt?
favorite chase card. Well, I was actually going to say Hapless Researcher for like a chase card.
I like that card a lot.
I am still actually surprised that it's not more popular.
Well, people are, myself included, people are stuck in their ways.
That's probably true. And I get that on paper, Ponder looks better. But
Yeah.
I think that the real world application of Hapless Researcher proves itself in playtest. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen you do the 7 points of, 7 to 15 points of damage with a Hapless
It
Researcher.
happens.
Whoever bolts one, whoever Abrupticates a
I
Hapless Researcher.
had one of mine forced the other day, and let me tell you, it was amazing. It's like, wow. 1 mana discard too,
Oh, man.
and then I just reanimated it.
Dino, it's good to see you. Good to see you. And there's Romario Vidal. You're popular. They're also
Hey,
streaming.
Romario. Yeah, I know who Romario is. I was just looking for whatever it was that he said.
Oh.
It's hard to read over here. It's easy to read over there.
Yeah, he said, "Oh hey,"
Oh hey.
and then it was directed at you by
Yes.
by saying your name.
Is that how that works?
Well, I'm not convinced because he didn't capitalize it, which means that it may not be a pronoun. He might be commanding us to just chase something.
my name is a verb though, so it could have been me. It's very ambiguous.
True. I'll give it that.
Do you remember Mr. Benson?
I do.
Yeah, that's what he wrote in my yearbook. He
Your
wrote, Your
name
name
is-
is a verb.
Oh man. Dino O'Day Sky Whaler shot. To be honest, he hasn't fired it yet. What if he's trying to protect this Sky Whale from something that's chasing it? Right? Right?
This art is amazing.
It is so good. We actually wanted to switch it to Brainstorm, but I don't know how to because we switched the overlays.
Which brainstorm would you have switched it to?
It would be new, or it would be it'd be new art.
New art?
Yeah, the lady
Yes.
one.
Which lady one?
Hold on. I'm just gonna look it up and show you because I'm not sure what your nickname for it would be.
Masks art is the only art.
Hold on, it's probably Masks Art. That one.
No, that's ugly.
Uh,
Is it time to play Magic?
We got Joe on. Yeah. Oh yeah, you playing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me in here. See y'all, everyone.
We got Jesse on the not wall.
We've got Jesse on the knot wall.
On the not wall.
Welcome back, Maeve!
Hi, I'm Maeve.
She's Maeve.
I'm Maeve. And we got Joe on the wall.
Can I say my name?
Yeah. What's your name again?
Hi, I'm TJ.
That's TJ.
Yeah, they call me TJ.
The Tej.
Red Baron.
Red Baron MTG
Against Joe?
against Joe.
Joe's getting the spotlight.
Same thinking. Well, I mean, he was
He was there.
there, and then
You wanted to put Sneak and Chill
well,
on.
he's at the top right now. And
Joe's winning?
yeah.
Nice.
And also, I like seeing Jesse play because I think he's very methodical
Yep.
about it,
Mythological.
methodological, and I just like watching.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a great point. Jesse's a great player. Also, that deck is beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
you gotta
for
get
sure.
that. Who's Maeve? This is Maeve.
I'm Maeve. Hi.
Oh man, TJ's
Hi.
cool. Red Baron is kind of lame though. Ooh, ooh.
Maeve.
Brutal, Dino.
I have a thing for who's Maeve.
Brutal,
It's a
Dino.
command. Who is Maeve? Isn't it?
Unless you're saying another person named Red Baron, then I totally agree.
Or somebody else named Maeve.
Chase did morph.
Or- Sorry.
Okay, Lens, head
Oh,
on
hi.
down. We'll see you there.
Bye. Again with the arts.
Again with the arts. We're gonna change
Do
these.
intuition. No.
TJ is not my legal name. No. However, it is the name that I use for everything. So, it's almost my legal name. I could probably legally argue for it to be without having to do a whole lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why am I changing his?
Yeah, I don't know. Why?
What should we do? Okay. Goblin Bombardment. Dang it.
Sounds good.
Not gonna do all that again. Alright.
Cool.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Let's watch some Legacy.
Aww.
Yeah, he loves you. Oh. Ooh, my bad.
But yeah, my name is short for, I am actually a Thomas. Sorry, troll. Love your hair still, Maeve? And my jacket is on point.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Boom. Tej is my legal name. Let's go ahead and pop this collar for this
Who's
match.
Maeve? I'm Maeve.
Check it out. I'm a Keanu Reeves fanboy.
It's like Fonzie. It's Tej. Hey, the Tej.
Hey.
I can all.
Actually, I do go by the Tej pretty often.
It's kind of sad.
Why?
I think it's not a nickname. It's a
Tej?
broy name, I guess.
I don't know. People call me Tej. Or if you're Chase and Chase only, you can say El Tidre.
El TJ.
Can we get Biker TJ for a stream? I'll see what I can do for you. Okay. Maeve's hair's the bomb.
Yeah, thank you.
Good call. Good call.
Good call.
Thank
Good
you for
call.
reminding me of the timer. I need to move it up.
Do-do.
Worth it. Alright.
Now you just gotta hit the jukebox with.
So Sneak and Show versus Bombardment. I think Sneak and Show might have a decent advantage.
Yeah,
Emrakul is pretty good against Bombardment.
not bad.
Unless he's got 4 Zulaport Cutthroats out,
Yeah, possibly.
I guess.
Thanks, Jace player.
Thanks.
Hi.
Aw.
He's what?
We're being called the 2 best dressed streamers.
I'm
We need to
wearing
celebrate.
a sweatshirt. That's not best.
But it's a great sweatshirt because it's not even
got-
a hoodie, but it's got pull
It's
strings.
got pull strings, but it's
Nope.
got no hood. It's got no hood. What do you do?
What card
Got
best
my hood.
describes TJ or Maeve in terms of personality? I'm going to leave that one to the chat.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not
Hey,
honestly.
chat.
I'm not. I'm kind of curious to see what that is. But a thought sees.
Thoughtseize, turn 1. Drop your hand, buddy.
That's pretty big.
What's
oh,
in there?
Stoiler, I outdressed Todd. Don't give me that. I've got a vest. I totally have a vest on.
Do you?
Sure.
He's mine. Cool, so we're taking that show and tell. Seems like a good thing to take.
It does
when
seem
he has,
okay.
When he has 3 hands, lands in hand.
Yep. There's
This is actually a really comfortable Jace player.
yeah, you've actually got man, Chase is great.
Yeah, dude.
You've got the Cunning Wish, which is going to look pretty solid here. Otherwise, we're just assembling some of these lands, going for a Ponder right now. I know. But that's okay. I think Todd, Melvin, and myself take up the top 3, like, consistently best dressed streamers. Is that probably fair? Melvin's always got his jacket. Todd's always, dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I'm okay.
Yeah.
Does Jesse play Caracas? No. Though that does sound super fun. I just want him to play Caracas so that he can hardcast an Emrakul with an Omniscience out,
Yeah.
and then return it to his hand, and cast it again.
2 extra turns!
Oh man, it is kind of an Omni Show, Sneak and Show kind of thing going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
He does run Sneak Attack in addition to the Show and Tell. Otherwise, Joe going for the Faithless Looting, pitching Gravecaller and a Bloodghast. The interesting thing here is that Bloodghast is actually a vampire, not a zombie.
Yeah, unfortunately. So you can't also cast your dude.
Sometimes he wears pants when you stream. I'm wearing slacks.
Yeah. No, TJ always wears nice clothes when he streams. What?
Not the rest of the time. Brutal.
You always wear nice clothes. It was just very specifically, it was when you stream.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. That's really nice of you to say.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome.
It boosts my self-esteem. Oh, man. Okay. So, that does sound sweet,
yeah,
though.
no, they are fancy pants.
Also, to Bryson11111, hello. It's good to see you.
Hi. Bye. Hi.
Seems like a rough matchup for Joe. It's a very rough matchup for Joe.
Oh,
Abrupt
yeah.
Decay, not fantastic against Omniscience.
Yep. Strangely.
Yeah. Bloodghast don't line up super well against against a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, it's certainly
It's a thing.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
So otherwise, we're just going for the basic Islands at the moment, playing a little bit cautiously. Just also doesn't need them, but maybe trying to play around any
Sure.
sort of interaction that Joe may have.
Yeah.
Wasteland's not very big in Joe's deck because, of course, he's a 5-color deck.
And usually you don't have room for Wastelands.
No, not a whole lot of colorless costs in
No,
this deck.
yeah.
Almost everything is tapping. It's basically black splash 4 colors.
Yep.
And you need most of those things to be enabling the splashes, except for those 3 basic swamps. Anyway, we do have the fetch in hand, so we can shuffle away. Still looking for either... I don't think that Joe's going to run in Blood Moon anytime soon. I would expect it in the post board. I think I've seen Jesse running it, so it's possible.
Yeah, he does have it in his board.
Do we ever do Commander? I would love to do Commander one day.
I love Commander.
We play lots of Commander. We stream none currently.
I play a lot more than you, though.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
I was thinking when I said we, I was thinking universally the store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The store plays a lot of Commander. We played Commander Blade Chase earlier. You missed it.
I used to actually do that with all of it.
Yeah.
Do you have all the Blade Chase cards?
Just the ones that Dylan has.
Highly recommend it. The goat one, particularly fun.
Yeah. You play a land, you get a goat. Swinging
Yep.
for 2. Going to 17.
So
17 all.
I have aspirations of one day attempting it, but it's going to be a ways off. I've got some steps that I gotta go. Sam the Man, you're not a bad person for not liking foil cards.
I don't like foil cards.
I don't play foil cards. I can appreciate that they're gorgeous, and that usually the people who play those decks put a lot of work into obtaining them.
Sure.
Yeah. It would be very, very tough by Sinfine. Ooh, Doro, I like your thoughts. So, Intuition. If this resolves, what are we going for? Probably the other 3 Bloodghasts. It's usually what he goes for.
Yeah, I mean, like, you find the Bloodghast, drop a land, swing for a bunch if he's below 10, but as it happens, he is not.
No, and it's the most damage that he can assemble right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
And I think that's the big thing, is that he's on a clock. He was able to take that one. Ooh. He's going to Cabal Therapy him out? Never mind, I'm sold. I'm sold so much on this that it pains me in the best possible way.
Yep,
I'm
okay
all
with
about this. I'm behind it. I'm loving it. Joe is going to just wreck house with this.
I think Joe understands that he has a specific amount of time, and he has a little bit more if he Cabal Therapies.
If Jesse is empty-handed, he will play the game slower. This is a fact.
Yeah.
It basically becomes top deck it. It would require at least 2 Davids. I think I can make that happen.
We'll do it.
I think I can make that happen if it's a one-time thing.
All of David's Commander decks, by the way, super fun.
David is a very fun Commander player.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fun player. David
Just
is...
in general, yeah. Like, every time I played with him, it's like...
I've never had an unfun experience
Yeah.
playing Magic with
I
David.
agree with that.
So, Cabal Therapy, what do we name? He probably don't go for the show and tell because that likely would have come down. He would have cast
He
it.
would have cast it, yeah.
You know about the Cunning Wish. So maybe you go... But then he can just cast it because I think that's 3 mana instant.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't name the Cunning Wish unless you want to force him to cast it. You could... Looks like he's actually did name the Cunning Wish.
got
Just
it.
it's the known information. You now know that there's a sneak attack, so maybe we drop the land. Oh, if this was a fetch land, oh, he would have been
That
able
would
to
be
shred
so
that
dirty,
in,
dude.
bring it back, shred the one, flashback another. Actually, I think that's not quite. Yeah, or I guess he actually is, because he just used the swamp to cast the one in his hand.
He's just dropping his hand. Like,
Congratulations, Jesse! You have a land. I want you to.
nice land.
I want you to enjoy it.
It is a nice land. It is an expedition.
I want you to appreciate it. I want you to. I don't know. I have a lot of fun with the game, but when I'm like actually competing, I go from this to just
blank face, like staring. Like, I've seen it happen.
and then I kind of go back to this like between
Yeah.
games, and I'm just like, oh yeah, where are you
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
Da, da, da. And just like,
You're
all
just
right,
like,
we'll
oh,
draw our
we're-
7.
We're in super serious mode now.
Cool.
Sure. Resolves.
So
Resolves.
I don't know. I guess I fall somewhere in the middle there.
I'm kind of like the same though. Dino is I'll just if I'm being competitive, I'm stone faced. But like otherwise, I kind of just
do stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how else to phrase it other than like, I am very animated.
Yeah, you play the magic cards.
I play magic cards.
You advocate for odd card choices,
I look like Quicken.
like basic planes and burn.
We are just assembling a board state.
Of Gravecaller, Deathrite Shaman, and Bloodghast, in addition to the Carrion Feeder. Pretty.
Jesse is basically empty-handed.
Hey, SadLK. It's good to see ya. How was Rogue One?
Hey, Sad.
Hey, Sad. Are we gonna go to Cassie's and Marcia on December 30th? I had not even considered it. I kind of assumed that I'd be busy. I'll look into it. Maybe I'll go down and maybe I'll offer my services and commentary. Go work with them.
It's okay, Tao. I play Quicken. So
keep in mind that Joe's board state is much faster than it looks. This is a swing for 7. But this Zulaport Cutthroat combined with the Carrion Feeder makes it significantly more than that. And Jesse is much closer to death than it would appear.
yeah, I think we at least if I were Joe's spot, I would definitely start doing some triggers.
Sure. This is revealing that he probably either has a land in hand or he's just, because you drop that down. Oh, man. Going for another one. So we're going to go up to 18, drain down to 7, get it back, do the same thing, drain him down to 6.
This is really spooky.
Go up to 9. And then you can just start working this engine again. You've got tons of black mana between these two Gravecrawlers. Joe just got to win.
Yep.
Because he's just able to sack one, bring it back, sack one, bring it back. Because they both count themselves as those other zombies, allowing him to cast between that 4 mana. In addition to the fact that he has this Bloodghast with a fetch land on the battlefield, he's able to go for a full drain. Then you sacrifice the rest. The Zulaport Cutthroat gets it all done. Joe.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, you had more than 5 creatures on the board. That's all you needed.
Absolutely. Joe decided to clean the house. He called that Zulaport Cutthroat.
He's getting there tonight, like, really easily. I don't know.
Joe's on fire.
Yeah. He's only splashing for red, but he's on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, Dora.
I do... Doro! Doro?
Happy birthday.
Your birthday's on Sunday! I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Doro. I'm going to spend the whole day just sending Doro things like, happy birthday.
That's usually what you do on somebody's birthday.
Yeah, but you know how normally you get a bunch of messages from a bunch of people?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a bunch of people.
Well, see, that's what I do, is I always say that actions speak louder than words. So what I do is go to somebody's profile, and I just like all of the statuses that people have posted. Mostly just my brothers nowadays, because I've had people yell at me.
Fun?
But I think it's funny.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I have gotten kicked off of Facebook for that same thing.
Actually, yeah, no.
You are spamming it. Come back in half an hour.
That's actually last year for my brother's birthday. Is just like I messaged him like, hey, I couldn't send you any more likes because Facebook told me not to.
I tried to do that for a friend's wedding.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna like because they post like 300 pictures of their wedding. Which congratulations to them, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's way too many pictures. I'm just gonna look at
how am I gonna like them all? I'm not even allowed to like them all.
Exactly. They're just not giving me the opportunity to really succeed. I think they're setting me up for failure. So I tried to like every single one of them. I ended up going back like a month later and finishing my work.
Hey.
Molo
14.
Mull over, Beethoven. Molo 14 is
Yep.
here to stay. It's great having you. You are a rock star, and thanks for being our featured viewer of the day.
Thank you.
Zombardment is legit. Yep. I highly recommend that if you want to play Zombardment, that you do.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a ridiculous sentence, but the deck is a ton of fun, and it's got way more game than you'd expect.
Oh yeah. If you like
Grindy combo that turns into
grindy
mediocre
combos, not even like just you get the combo out, you win the game. Like it's an engine. It is an engine.
It's an
and
engine.
it will set you up for so many good things.
That for every game 2 and game 3 sputters and fails, and then Joe gets out and pushes it across the finish line, but he usually does.
He gets there.
It's like Grafdigger's Cage, Leyline of the Void, Tormod's Crypt. Pass. And Joe's like, alright, time to play 2 ones for 1. Let's go.
The deck is really low to the ground though. Like it can get there.
Yeah, it's kind of close to... Oddly enough, it's way less explosive than standard rally.
Yeah.
It's close though.
Like standard rally.
Selling points for this deck. How would you like to play one of the most annoying decks of a season? Well, let me tell you what. Jump all aboard this train
It's even better
and do.
because you get to play things like Dual Lands.
At the end of the day, it's still a beatdown deck. 100% true.
Yeah, and it has things that kind of thrive on the fact that you can replay some of the creatures really easily.
So, Jesse gets to be on the play. That could actually be a huge advantage. Joe Greening
Oh, yeah.
out that last game was surprising, and I don't think quite in line with what his normal expected result would be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we've seen that before. I don't know. A
A
sneak and
second full art shaman? Nice.
That sounds like something that I... Wait, that's a Pokemon.
That was the thing from last week.
Yeah, that's a Pokemon, right?
And he was like, I opened a full art shaman EX. And I was like, that's really cool. And you were like, I don't understand what's going on, but congrats.
Nice. Nice. Pick up one super power would be super speed. And potentially teleportation, but for the exact same reasons, just a different application.
I would like omniscience if I could choose, instead of like having just everything just pour into my mind all at once, like almost like a Jace power, but not.
So you're looking for like Bruce Almighty auto reply.
Yeah, kind of. If I could just be like, yeah. So what's going on over there? What's going on over in New York City right now? Be great.
That's true. That is
Like a
absolutely
jumper,
true.
but like a spiritual jumper.
A spiritual jumper.
Now we're just getting really deep, dude.
Yeah, I just want super speed or teleportation. Basically, the main thing is like I want to be able to do more.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I want to do the exact same, except more productively.
Sure. TJ and Maeve, favorite colors or colors?
Is this
I like
Magic,
red.
Or is this
Red. I like red.
Because purple isn't in Magic, but blue is.
The colors was allowed. She's an Esper player.
Yeah.
TJ could make a good Flash. I would love to be the Flash. That'd be
Quit
sweet.
shaming Pokemon. It's a good game.
Let's say Magic. Yeah, I'm a red player. Red player. Red.
Yeah. Esper player.
I go by Red Baron everywhere.
Weird.
Alright? There's a reason for it. By the way, Red Baron MTG on Twitter, on Reddit, and on Twitch.
Yes, Esper is pretty much the purple of Magic. That's fair.
It's actually pretty fair. So, Ponder from Jesse.
Yep.
Joe not doing a whole lot just yet, and I have a feeling that a lot of that has to do with the fact that he hasn't had a turn yet.
Yeah. Strangely.
Oh man, the Ponder gonna go for the classic game plan of probably shuffling. Though the City of Traders is big. If
That's pretty good.
if he does have a
I'm a
sneak,
fan of that.
does he have a show and tell on him? Because he's also got a Lotus there.
Is that on the far right?
He's got an Omniscience. If he's got the show and tell, then Jesse may have the turn 2 here. Have I talked at length with Blue Baron MTG? Yeah, actually. Quite often. Hey Magus, it's good to see you.
Parthiel, see, that's blue-black is control. Perfect. The
Yep.
white is just good for board wipes with like Wrath and some creatures.
Blue Baron MTG was, I believe, called into being, in fact, to balance out my
Your
my
existence.
force. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been nothing but delightful, by the way.
Yeah.
Blue Baron
No,
MTG
I
is
totally
awesome.
believe that.
They are delightful to interact with. Big fan. It's like the sun in your facer.
That's a nice action.
Huh.
That's a nice description of the plane and what Naya is in general.
Colorless spell should not be a regular thing. So, oh no.
That's pretty good.
That is
That's pretty not bad.
Omniscience in hand. We've got a Daze.
Omniscience, Daze, Sneak, couple lands.
You've got a sneak attack. Honestly, I might take the Omniscience.
Yeah. then he has nothing to. If he has a
Right.
just so happens to top deck a
Right.
show and tell.
Exactly. Can you get a formal definition of Zombardment? Sure. It's made up of 3 parts. 1, the things that want to die. Bloodghast and Gravecrawler. 2, the things that kill them, which is Goblin Bombardment and Carrion Feeder. And 3, the things that like it when other things die.
Yep.
Blood Artist and Zulaport Cutthroat.
And Grim Horserbacks.
Basically, think Legacy Aristocrats.
Yeah, that's actually literally all it is. It's Legacy Aristocrats.
Yep.
You're playing small creatures in order to sack them for value, and you're getting them back later.
Those
If
are
not getting them back, you're getting more.
exactly the words that I would have said,
That you just said.
but if they were coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. Whatever you say, dude.
Whatever. The raven. No, hold on. If only the woodpecker sighed.
The bark on the tree was the soft of the sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dig it up, dig it up, dig it up, dig it up, dig it up.
There is not enough
dig it up,
room in
dig
this
it up,
room
dig it
to
up.
bust out
A-R-M
of
to the P-I-T.
some dance moves.
What's that? You smell a dog? It's me. Man, that movie was awful.
You know what?
Yep. Oh, I know. Childhood accounts for a lot.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, we were talking about Rocket Power earlier. Welcome to the flashback stream.
It is Legacy.
Fact. Good point. Good point. This is the place to do it. So, going for another fetch from Joe. Not a whole lot of these engines. Thank you. Vertical. People seem to dig the jacket more than I expected.
I think it kind of gives the... You gotta keep singing. I think it gives you some sort of aura. Little bad boy aura.
Ooh, nice, feisty. I dig it.
Is that a show and tell in our hand with nothing to drop?
Looks
feels
like it's show
terrible.
and tell, and we left our we,
Just stop. Just stop now.
looks like we left ours on the porch.
Yep.
Oh man, Derek, nice.
I mean, if you're not a fashion kind of person, it makes sense.
Backs attacks. Any cool combos that we're loving right now?
Wait, what?
Any cool combos that you're digging right now?
Any cool combos that I'm digging right now? I'm still kind of on the Master Biomancer, Progenitor Mimic train.
I'm all
Chaotic.
about the 7 bolts.
I mean, that's just 4 lightning bolts and 3 lava spikes.
Je ne sais quoi. My clothing choice looks like Todd Stevens and Tom Ross. I would do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
I'll
about
contact
right.
them. I'll see if they want to adopt me.
Yeah.
Bites and Flight wins that round. This round has been all show with nothing to tell for Jesse.
Dude, like,
That was brilliant.
and Joe isn't even, like, being proactive.
No, Joe has done nothing except just
He's
annihilate any
he's-
game plan.
Anything that Jesse has decided that he might want to do, Joe was just like, before you think about that, just don't.
Yep.
That's exactly what this entire game has been.
Oh man, that was.
There's a couple 2-1s for one, though.
They're probably gonna get there.
That's
A
mean,
purity?
when Jesse has literally nothing else to do, I would hope.
Right? Omniscience and Gristlebrand?
Yep. I think we drop those and just hope that we draw into something decent.
Probably gonna keep the Gristlebrand actually.
Okay, that's
The
fair.
Gristlebrand is decent against this deck. It's enough that you can kind of work with it.
Hey, hero of time.
Hey, what's up, hero? Hello, hero. Do I have that store link? Yes, I do. I said, as I secretly hoped Doro would help me out.
Goblin, but they're not white, they're black. So they're like, what's the 2/2 for 1 that comes in taps in black?
The one that's awful?
Yeah.
We don't talk
something.
about that one.
There's a land for Jesse, and we pass the turn. Intuition.
Yep. If Joe has a land in his hand, then probably do we go for the Cabal Therapy Wreckage again? Looks like that's
No,
not.
I mean,
I think we just turn on the heat.
we just turn out, yeah.
Jeffrey Brown 07. It's great to have you. You know what? The other 6, they're okay, but you are the rock star. And welcome. Let us know where you're watching from.
Oh, God.
What?
Your jokes are terrible.
This is what I do.
I know.
I'm the hypiest of hypey. I'm the hype man of magic. The Flava Flav of MTG.
Blue Baron, save me.
That's right, I don't wear a clock around my neck. I put a clock into the deck that I build and beat you with it.
So you play Delver?
No, Goblin Guides. Alright, and the Thoughtseize. Taking away Gristlebrand, normally exactly where you want it.
Yep.
Gristlebrand probably is more comfortable in a graveyard than outside of it, but looks to be not really where he wanted to be this time. He had gotten all dressed up, was ready to go, and this time didn't get to put on a show.
He's rhyming now. He got 6 damage coming through next turn, though. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at, Derek.
I'm assuming it's because you didn't realize I was so talented.
Yeah.
Probably not. It might be. It might be.
There's a chance.
So, good amount of damage. We've got 6 damage on board. That's a 2-turn clock coming at Jesse at the moment. Otherwise, Jesse's still looking for anything. Got a 2-part combo, but only 1 card in hand. That does make it a little bit difficult to assemble fully. We do, however, have 5 mana, so I guess we could try something. No, she's trying to help me. What are you doing? Don't do that. Cute noob, it's good to see ya.
Hey.
Thanks so much for joining, and welcome to the Geek Fortress stream. My name's TJ. This is Maeve.
Oh, I'm Maeve. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. I'm Maeve.
This is Maeve. Yo, hello, hooray.
Oh, God. He's even turning my lines into jokes.
Actually, that was a quote by Ying. No. USS.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll be here. I'll hold out.
We can call you Eve? Well, it's great having you, Eve. Welcome. So, is that the Cunning Wish? I think that's the Cunning Wish. Yep.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's the Cunning Wish.
Might be able to do something. John Hightide, it's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I'm not wearing my waders.
You know what, John Hightide? How you doing? You doing okay? I hope you're doing fine.
Yeah. I'm not wearing my waders, and so I wasn't really ready to come out and meet you yet. I was really hoping that during low tide we might be able to interact a bit more.
Be strong for mother.
What is my day job? It's looking like this and doing a desk job.
He sits at a desk and fills out paperwork.
Yeah, I work for a local city in their building and. Said okay. Thank you so much for the cheer.
Through the breach. Do we have anything to go? Is that what's in his hand? No, that's not his hand. That's
the
his
sideboard.
Check.
Yeah.
He's Cunning Ocean.
There is a Kozilek's Return in there, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. I
don't think Kozilek's Return is very relevant right now, just because you can recast everything anyway.
I actually agree with you. Okay. But
Or
looks
he's
like
going for it.
So if Joe doesn't have a land, it does actually become pretty difficult. The problem is that if Joe has a land, then he just wins.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, you are just learning magic?
Hey.
If that's true, welcome.
Welcome.
And, yeah, well, I guess. Boom. Let's do it. Alright. Good amount of damage at the moment. And, ooh! Is Noob also streaming now? Zombardo is not white. I think white is in there, technically.
Yeah, I think it's a fact.
Oh, there's a Folly in the sideboard.
There's, sideboard cards.
Exactly. Man, this deck is awesome.
Yep.
And look at that, the land.
Hey, and a
And
bumper.
look at that.
That's good.
Joe takes it down in 2.
2.
Not where we saw that going, actually.
No, I didn't see it going there either.
But
I saw it, Jesse pulling out his combo before.
I think
Joe.
we vastly underestimated Cabal Therapy in this matchup.
That's fair. I mean, how many did he cast?
4 in
4,
game
5?
1.
A lot. Way too many.
Oh, man. That was pretty solid. I mean, the Chains of Mephistopheles didn't really do anything, but it was there.
Yeah, it
So-
existed. Sometimes I feel like Joe made the deck specifically for chains.
Sometimes I do wonder that myself. But actually, I think it's more for that guy.
The Urborg Justice.
I think the deck was more built for Urborg Justice than Chains of Mephistopheles.
That's fair. You're just like, how could I make Urborg Justice really good? Thank
Oh,
you. Stream hype.
Stream hype!
Hype,
Thank
hype,
you
hype,
so
hype,
much!
hype, hype.
That is so kind and generous of you and amazing, and it's wonderful. And hello to Brazil. Obrigado
Brazil.
for joining. Oh, man. Backs attacks, have a good night. I hope to see you in the future. But let's go ahead and jump on up.
Yeah.
We've got about 20 minutes.
Ish.
That strikes me as a good signal that there might be some more magic to be seen.
Possibly.
Let's do it.
Maybe you should go look.
Oh, I'll do my best.
Okay.
Hello, and thank you for joining. My name's TJ. Maeve in the booth tonight with me. She's checking out to see if she can find another match, and we're going to have a fun time here doing some of that super sweet stuff that we call the Legacy format. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that follow button. It'll look like a heart right here. We certainly appreciate it. It looks like this. You can slam it down with your mouse, and of course, it shows up this thing. We appreciate it. It means you can join us in the
We'll go
future.
on to the last round here shortly.
Very cool, thank you. And we are going to, hey, thank you so much for the follow and all the hearts. Look at all those hearts. Thank you. It's awesome having you. Let us know where you're watching from. But so many cool things happening. Every Monday we've got Standard at 6:30 Pacific Time. It's currently 10 o'clock p.m. here in Snohomish, Washington at a shop called Geek Fortress, which can be seen up there. So, every Wednesday and Saturday we've got Modern Wednesdays at 7 and Saturdays at 6. Always cool, always fun, always a good time, and I look forward to hanging out with all of you in the future. More doing that. Plus, just like tonight. Every single Friday, 7:30 starting time, Legacy. Legacy, Legacy, Legacy. It's worth joining. It's worth having fun with us. And of course, we like it when you interact with us in the chat, talk with us. I've got the hand graphics down like a wizard. Yes, I can cast all the spells. That's right. Oh, man. There's a lot of people in here that feel that are known for giving me a hard time. Ultra Cat, first of all, cool. Second of all, thank you for the follow. It's awesome having you. Let us know where you are watching from. And, yeah, to everybody who's out there in the chat right now, every single one of you are just incredible and amazing, and it does mean the world to us to have you here. There's about 150 of you, and this stream is just a huge source of positivity in my life. I hope in the lives of a lot of people. Let's keep it going. Let's do cool stuff.
Last round. Finals are Joe on the wall.
Wait.
And Chase on the nut wall.
No. Yes?
This is the finals.
That is fantastic. Chase in your face, Hanson?
Chase in your face, Hanson. Taking on Joe, the Zombarding Zabalski.
Ooh.
In the finals.
Are we going for nicknames here?
I guess, I don't know. I was just kind of going.
Oh. Stubby, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. So, this is delightful.
It is.
Chase.
Chase.
Face is the place.
The face
Hanson.
is the place. When you're dropping 33 damage in lightning bolts,
And Joe.
Joe, stream of zombies.
The man who has no guard for the yard.
Yeah.
Klobowski.
Yep.
Coming up in the finals.
Yep.
And, who's your prediction going towards? I gotta give it to Chase. No counter magic on Joe's side of the battlefield.
Yeah,
Looks like a
that's
good
fair.
thing.
I mean, yeah, Chase is just gonna have a ball with all of his different cantrips, and once he gets down to Pyromancer's Ascension, he just kind of gotta go to town. Joe, on the other hand, I feel like after the board, if he pulls out what he just did to Jesse,
True, and
That's gonna
Thalia's-
be disgusting.
Thalia's are gonna be really
It's-
big out of the
It's
board.
gonna be a long game, but I think it'll end in Joe's favor if it happens again.
Sure. Can we get a Maeve Mimic mode? We'll think about it. That actually sounds interesting, like a mirrored one. I can see that. Second, how do I feel about current standard format? Ooh, that's a conversation for another time. But
Like Monday. Hey, speaking of which,
I already went through it.
oh, you did? Okay, never mind.
Finals!
Stuff.
And apparently,
Turn 1 Thoughtseize.
we have a turn 1 Thoughtseize, Fire and Ice, Manamorphose, Young Pyromancer, Ponder, Young Pyromancer, Mountain, and an Underground Sea.
Do we just take? I think I would take the Ponder, because otherwise.
The Ponder's the big turn 1 play. I do like that. It cuts off Chase's ability to really set anything
And,
up.
yeah, and look for literally anything that he would need in order to start comboing off nicely. If he has any other hate, if he doesn't have any other hand hate or anything, any hate in his hand, I might take the Pyro though. If
Sure.
Joe doesn't have any other more hand disruption.
Sure. I think that's reasonable. But it looks like we got rid of one of the Young Pyromancers, assuming that we can handle the other one by the look of it, and
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to attack the win conditions.
That's fine.
Maybe he's got another Cabal Therapy. No, if he has a Cabal Therapy,
He
he
would
wouldn't
take
take...
the Pyromancer and then eat up the therapy, the Morphle.
Or he'd probably Therapy just Young Pyromancer and take them both.
That's fair.
Would be my assumption. Then
Yeah.
you just probably take the Ponder.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, my bad. Forgot to reset life
check.
totals.
1, 2, 1, 2. Life total check.
Nice. I appreciate that. Bites in flight.
Thanks, man.
Are you like... I always think of like the gag, like chompy teeth, with like the little spinner, the crank, as like wings and just like in SpongeBob the clams like chirp, but like bitey teeth. Just Xeris, it's good to see you.
Hey. Something life totals.
Wow, that's
fair.
so eloquent.
Yeah, dude.
And a Deathred Shaman and a Carrion Feeder coming on down to the barbecue shack.
Yep.
Otherwise, the mountain coming down, we do have the Young Pyromancer. Might fire this off, but otherwise might be trying to sit back on something. But honestly, the Young Pyromancer seems like the best way to start getting proactive. Create a win condition. You don't need to worry about counter spells. You don't have a whole lot of disruption to worry about, especially with the double black. But the Deathred Shaman might be able to produce something. Except I don't think there's been many fetch lanes to where the Deathred Shaman is actually doing much there. Bites and Flight is a computer networking reference. That is a very cool thing, and I know nothing about computers.
So basically,
Said okay. Thank you so much. That's awesome. We appreciate that. Do we know what Chase is black for? Yes, Cabal Therapy.
yep.
Thank you, everybody. I know.
He's watching life totals. Strangely.
Right?
Strangely enough.
I know. So, land coming on down. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to bring back a Bloodghast from the graveyard just yet.
Yeah, we don't have any sort of we have 2/3 our engine, basically.
Fort Sanic. I don't really know what that means, but Hockey D, it's good to see you.
So Sonic he's gotta go fast.
Right?
And Sanic is the meme version of Sonic.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Google Sanic right now.
No, I don't wanna.
Yeah, because you know I'll be right.
You probably will be. I'm not prepared for that. It's a shame to fire off the Faithless Looting here after you go for the fetch
Yeah,
and
that
get
feels
a
terrible.
Bloodghast into the graveyard.
Yeah.
It's like Grixis Delver, but with Ascension. Not really.
Less Delvers and more cantrips
Romario Vidal,
and more Pyromancer's Ascension. Yeah.
we talked about it before. The point that I have is that, frankly, my argument has nothing to do with the fact that it's Legacy. I don't really care. Like, I care, but
Yeah.
not because it's Legacy. I think that every GP should be streamed. Flat out. Simple. International ones, stream them.
Yep.
Local ones, stream them. Triple GP weekend, stream all three. Get 3 Wizards channels. Stream them. That's where I'm at. So, I would prefer if they were streaming it. I would like them. But I don't know. They have a reason. I'm certainly not Wizards. I don't know what their employ is. I'm not sure if it has to do with Hasbro, with Wizards, with anything else that I'm not considering.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that there's factors at play, because they have to recognize that streaming is going to be a big thing in the future. So I don't know.
And Chase's looks like I would have gone with the Manamorphose play. Like Joe doesn't have anything to. He can't counter at all. So like I think you just try to go for the board state, right?
So I don't think so, because I think maybe the Manamorphose might be there to just enable some further turns down the line.
Yeah,
Maybe if he is looking to get a second young Pyromancer. But I just don't think that there's a whole lot of incentive to fire it off this turn as opposed to not, other than to get a 1/1. And I'm not entirely sure that whatever he draws randomly is better than the
Sure. No. Yeah.
this turn. But I think that you've got a decent point. I think there's a good argument.
People come in here trying to call me Skrillex. Like, I don't think they understand that I'm the discount Skrillex. Like, there's a very, very obvious difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
No, the deck is great.
Skrillex wishes he were made. Fact. Fact. So, that's where I'm at. Sure, they should stream it, not because it's a Legacy GP, but because it's a GP. Like,
I mean, they cut Modern as a no, that's as a Pro Tour, isn't it? That's
yes.
Yeah,
They don't. I mean, they don't stream the Modern Pro Tour anymore. That's true.
Well, Modern Pro Tour isn't a thing at all. It's Legacy GP that they don't.
Exactly.
Modern GP.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I accept that there are likely factors that I don't see. I'm not Wizards. I know that they've got a lot more going on than I do.
Yeah.
My complaints are that it's not a priority to stream everything, not that it's not a priority to stream Louisville, and that their stream isn't... Like, the commentary, I think, is overall excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Can always be improved, but that's everything. That's human factor, just being there.
I agree.
But I think that... And this is me... By the way, like, I guess I'm trying not to toot my own horn here, because this is absolutely David's work.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
like, if we can have an overlay that looks like this, with a budget of functionally 0, and, 1 to 3 people, depending on how it's working on it,
yeah.
I think they can do better.
Yeah.
They should blow us so far out of the water that we feel like we just got hit by a giant in Skyrim.
I agree.
And they don't. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Hey, 9.
So, we're going to Lightning Bolt the Carrion Feeder, and looks like Chase is doing a good job of keeping this board under control. Looking a lot like how the matchup kind of we predicted. Chase acting as this pseudo-control deck, but he gets to do whatever he wants because Joe doesn't have a whole lot of access to counterspells right now.
Yeah.
And it looks like at the upkeep, we're going to try and tap down the red source.
Trigger the Pyromancers.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And, like, I recognize that ours is very likely above average for the resources that we have. And again, a lot of that's because of David.
Almost most of it, as far as the physical, like the layout and the programs that we use, that's all David.
Sure.
Just straight up. But
Sure. But they have enough resources that they should be beating us.
yeah, sure.
That's I think the end all be all for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so another elemental coming down. The Pyromancer's Ascension. Oh man, I want to see some bolts. I want to see some bolts. Hypnotic? Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't actually believe that that's Wizards' full belief. I don't think that their thought is that they don't care.
It's not their focus.
I think that either they or Hasbro have just currently misaligned priorities. Is I think where it sits. I don't think that it's any direct maliciousness out of them. I don't think that it's out of like a greed for them. I think that it's mostly that they just have other priorities, and maybe I just disagree with them.
I also believe that's why what it is that's just streaming is not their top priority.
Mm-hmm. There's not a whole lot of stickers, unfortunately. The Ravnica ones were the biggest ones that they made.
Yeah.
And thank you. Thank you to Aberosh. I do really appreciate that. Which event is this? This is Legacy. Legacy. So, a Faithless Looting getting fired off. Joe having a little bit of trouble. That Abrupt Decay looks... It looks about as half as good as you want it to be.
Yeah. That's mostly because there's 2 Pyromancers.
Exactly.
And beyond that, there's the young Pyromancer.
Mm-hmm. And the other problem behind that is just the fact that Joe, while he's got the Zulaport Cutthroat and some of these Bloodghasts, his only actual blocker is the Zulaport Cutthroat, and that is...
That's not something you want to block with anyway.
Supremely underwhelming as a blocker.
Yeah.
As a 1/1 trading with a token, of all things, is just not
But
what
he can
you
just
want to
cast a spell and get another one anyway.
Yeah, and while the Bloodghasts are able to somewhat temper his life total, and it looks like Joe is making the smart Abrupt Decay, going for the spell that he can actually stop.
Yeah.
He's still taking 4 damage every turn.
And that's disgusting, honestly.
Yep. Is this a special turn or FNM Legacy? Not technically FNM, but it is the one that we... Oh, I'm sorry, not which format. So this is we do this every single Friday at 7:30. We run a Legacy tournament. Thank you. Tournament. We do a Legacy tournament alongside our draft FNM.
Is that a hard cast for us?
Yes.
Nice, dude.
When you got 5 mana, why pitch a card?
Why not?
Yeah. Do it. Treat yourself, Chase. Treat yourself. Plus, that 1 life. Totally relevant. Actually, it might be. There's a chance. When Joe grinds the way that he does, there's a chance that the 1 life will matter.
It has in the past.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we are down to just a Zulaport Cutthroat right now. Okay. Sorry about that for not understanding your question, Airboards. Okay.
And again with the hardcast trigger. Get there. Get there.
And now gets double triggers because of the double hardcast event.
Yeah.
The fact that he didn't have to exile the first one allowed him to do that.
Yep.
Fun fact. But also, he's not really looking to cast much else. He's still got these 2. They're not doing a whole lot. He's
still not getting haste on the vampires, unfortunately, though.
Sure. Chase is really looking for anything that's a burn spell. And I don't think that you need to worry as much about... The Zulaport Cutthroat has got to be your main priority. The Bloodghasts are always going to keep coming back, and that's... He might be gearing up for the 36 damage again. I would believe it. I would believe that he does have the Fire and Ice in hand, so he could fire this off. I think he's just waiting until it's fully active. I'm glad you noticed. Going for this one. Now the fire is actually going to be able to hit pretty hard.
Getting 2 copies of this.
6 damage.
Oh no, 2 copies of the Brainstorm.
That's true. I mean, draw 4, put 2 back. If you don't have a fetch land.
Yeah.
Because it's just draw 3, put 2 back, and then draw 3. So it's really just... Brainstorm is probably one of the worst cards to have with Pyromancer's Ascension.
I mean, that's fair.
Which is funny, because in this deck, and Chase is going to disagree with me if he ever goes back and watches this, but sure, I'm going to say it anyway. Ponder and Preordain are both better in this deck than Brainstorm.
I agree. I mean, Ponder is... I mean, you're looking for something, you're seeing 3 cards anyway. And you get the shuffle, like, automatically.
Sure, and the Preordain, you're not guaranteed...
As much you say that, but then at the same time, I do like being able to get rid of 2 bad cards.
No, I agree. I think Preordain is better than Brainstorm because you're still looking at 3, but you can put 2 of them at the bottom.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think we're on the same page here. Otherwise, the Pyromancer's Ascension is looking pretty solid. We've got a little bit of mana available to us. I mean, Brainstorm look bad with fetch lands. Sure, if you have the fetch land, that's fine. I'm just saying that in this deck in particular, I think that more consistently you'll want a Ponder and a Preordain in your hand. If you have a fetch land on the battlefield, then that's good, but you aren't even able to utilize a fetch land that you draw off of the first Brainstorm.
Yep, you have to resolve them all.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like
There's
this one...
a bombardment with the fetch on the ground.
Things may have gone poorly for Chase.
We gotta start looking to finish off the game before Chase.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to agree. So, looks like we are going to sweep the field. Are we just...
Yeah, 3 lightning bolts.
I probably wouldn't target that because he can just take down the 2 elementals with the blood gas, so you're not really... I guess maybe you just don't want to be attacked to him, and you're at 11, so they won't have haste. But Joe can fetch, and Chase only has 1 mana available right now, correct?
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Interesting that he didn't... Oh, no, he does have the 2. So he could technically use the fire as well. But I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't use the fire before the lightning bolt. Unless he's maybe... What if, at the upkeep, he taps down 3 of Joe's lands, draws 3 cards?
I like that.
That looks okay. Would a snow-covered wastes have to tap for colorless or snow? No. Snow is a characteristic of the mana. Oh, look at that. Namachili got it.
Yep.
Never mind. Namachili's just in charge of explaining mana things now. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate it. Man, should stop talking without looking at to see if Ian has already beat me to the punch.
He's very knowledgeable.
He is extremely knowledgeable.
For sure.
Again, unusual, and it looks like that is what we're... So it looks like we're just going to go for the end step and try and have an open turn to ourselves. Chase looking for some privacy.
Yep. With
Joe...
a full hand. Ponder.
Ponder looks good. 3 ponders in a row.
Oh, yeah.
That's...
Shuffle. Find out what we need. It's basically a better than Belfault.
It was before, but yes.
Well, no, you got 3 of them. So now we're basically just like, 3? No. Okay, let's try this again. 3? No. Okay, let's try this again.
Yeah, you know, you're it's not that you're wrong, it's that you were all ready right before it ever started. Oh, man. That is funny. So, firing off the probe. Looks like we're willing to pay the life to just draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
And take a look at Joe's hand. Now, let's see what he has.
Nothing.
It appears to be... What's that card on the... Oh, it's nothing. Okay, yeah, he's got...
He's hellbent, yeah.
Yeah, he's got nothing. Ugh, this is going in Chase's favor.
Oh, yeah. Joe had it for a hot 2 seconds. And it was a hot 2 seconds. 2 turns. And we're Snapcaster for the Manamorphose. I haven't seen that all night. The Snapcaster. Is it just like a 1 of or something?
I don't think that it's prevalent throughout the deck. Because you need a really, really high density of them, and Snapcaster doesn't actually lend itself to the Pyromancer's Ascension spectacularly well.
Sure.
Because you have to have already cast 2 copies to start getting that value out of it, which you likely already put the counter.
Beltran's Ancestral.
You're wondering how long it will be before Hasbro comes in and tells Watson to make big, shiny display boxes like Pokemon has? Hopefully never. Would be my hope.
Yeah, I don't like the Pokemon ones very much, personally. I think it's catering to a different
Demographic
there. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got your back.
Drawing 3 more.
Pay 2 life, draw 3.
Trigger.
Woo! Who said you have to wait for Ancestral Vision? Man.
Oh gosh.
And already
we
active.
are
Tell me we have a bolt in hand.
and
Tell me we have a bolt in hand, Chase. Chase. You better have 3 bolts. Do it again. Do it again.
That was a pretty fantastic play.
Honestly, the tins are awful. The tins are really bad. They're bad for holding cards, they're bad for storing cards, they're bad for presenting cards, they're bulky, they don't stack well. The tins are one of my least favorite things about Pokemon's packaging, and I dealt with it a lot because I worked in a warehouse that sold a lot of it. Mm-hmm. And it's just awful. It takes up tons of space, it's not even remotely efficient to be packaged because there's lots of open space in it.
Double bolt.
Terrible.
For 12. That's 24 damage. That's twice on camera now, Chase.
I'm at 14. 19.
We're at 19. We're safe. No, we're not. No, not when you're playing against Chase.
Delightful. I love it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That was me getting a bit off. railed here. But sometimes you just gotta think to yourself, wow.
It's a lot of damage. Bring in those chains, man.
Lightning bolt. What a card! What a card. We're in a room?
No, we're outside.
Yeah. We're actually, we're hanging out with Steve. He's got a crossbow over there. He's just behind the image. Does it get steamy in here? No. It actually was quite chilly.
My feet are almost numb.
Do you want to trade shoes?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I don't think my shoes would fit on your feet.
No, last time we tried that, they did not. They did not. Does Joe have Maelstrom Pulse on his side, perhaps? I don't believe so. It costs 3, and that makes it pretty rough, because it's competing with Grim Haruspex.
Yeah.
Just a card that you didn't expect to hear in a Legacy stream. However, look for
He's signing it out anyway.
Thoughtseizes, Cabal Therapies, and...
Athalia.
I think 2. I think there's 2 Thalias
Yep.
coming in out of the board.
2 chains of Metastopheles. Yep.
Yep. Hey, what's up? Steven. Steven, it's good to see ya. How you been? I miss you.
Hey, albino bear.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. This is Maeve.
I'm Maeve. Hi. Hey, hi. Hello.
Yo, hello, hooray. That's a great song. I like that song. Okay.
I kind of like Thorn of Amethyst more than Thalia, frankly. I understand there's more synergies with her in the deck, but the Thorn of Amethyst just gets hit by so much less.
Very cool, Steven. Yes, it is a best of... It's actually not best of 3. As a fun fact, it's functionally the same, almost always, but it's technically first to 2. It does matter. Because if both players mulligan, this is why players will sometimes both go back up to 7.
Yep.
That's not actually illegal. It's perfectly legal. What's happening is that both players are doing an intentional draw of that game and moving to game 4, or
Yep.
whatever it is. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
Carnage? Yes, this is Strifo. Let's see. The reason why Bolt are still good is because they didn't have a sense of balance. Why? Bolt's perfect. And Blood Moon was made 10 years later. Okay.
What?
What?
Excuse me.
No, you're right. It's from the dark. It's
Yeah,
it was
Blood Moon
like
was from the
4
dark.
5 years later.
4 or 5 years max.
I think 5. I think 5 max. You're right. You're right. I jumped to 8th edition, which was ridiculous of me. That's my bad.
What about the dark? Everybody always forgets about the dark.
I'm always afraid of the dark. I don't want to deal with it.
There's, I mean, eight card packs.
There's ball
it's
lightnings
not
in
failure.
there. There's
Ooh,
ball
there
lightnings.
Thank you.
Yeah. Price of Progress? I thought it
1
was
year.
1
yeah,
year.
it's.
Was
yeah,
the Dark
it's-
really 1 year? There's
it was,
no
It
way.
was one of the first expansions.
Arabian Nights was the first expansion.
That's why I said one of the first.
Well, I mean, if you count Beta, Unlimited, and Revised.
I don't consider that. I consider that the base game, beta, the base game, revised.
There's no way the Dark was 1 year after. No way. There's
Look it
no
up.
way that Blood Moon was from...
You have Google right there.
No way.
Yeah.
Now, this is coming from someone who is not even remotely an expert, so you better take my word for it.
I definitely have to.
There's no way. There's no way that the Dark came out in 19...
94.
That's the
Illustration?
copyright date.
Yeah. So?
Really?
Yeah. When else are you gonna get it copyrighted?
That makes sense. Wow!
Yeah.
So you know how I...
So basically, what happened was
I was wrong. That's what happened.
Well, no. So they released Revised,
Sure.
and Richard Garfield. I forget who exactly, but they told Richard Garfield, "You need to get an expansion out quick, or
I
else,
was there, it happened.
or else people will just lose interest in your game." And so what he did was make expansions quick.
Sure. I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. Sorry, I was busy playing... Hold on. Wait, at that time? No, I'm sorry, I was...
He was busy outside.
No.
He was busy being a non-nerd.
This is 1994?
Yep.
I was 2. I
Me
wasn't
too.
doing anything.
Yeah, I was busy playing, watching Sesame Street.
I was probably... Maybe, I might have been. I don't know. I didn't watch...
TJ is wrong more often than not when I'm around.
Saying that Quicken is not a good card doesn't make me wrong.
Quicken is situationally excellent.
Sure.
Just go with it.
I'll give you that.
Well, yeah, just go with it.
I'll give you that. What in the world could I have been doing when I was 2? I honestly don't know. I don't remember it much.
I was 12. Oh.
Alright, Deathrite Shaman Carrion Feeder out
Yep.
on the battlefield. We do have a Bloodghast in hand, no second land, a Cabal Therapy that we haven't fired off yet, and an Intuition in hand that we don't even remotely have close to the second mana for,
We have
except
no
for the fact
intentions of casting
that
that.
if we draw blue,
Ooh, there we go.
or actually if we draw
land.
any mana,
One land, one mana, producing land.
Deathrite's not bad.
That's right, it's a good card.
Deathrite is not bad. Okay, but we do have Chase lining up into... I mentioned
Presumably.
Badlands? No? Okay, we're gonna go with more blue. More blue. I dig it. Quicken is the best way to deal with Baron Glory in your first upkeep? Sure. You got me there. Does anyone know why Joe doesn't play a good deck? Fun fact, on purpose. Joe plays exactly what he wants to play. He can play most decks, and he can play them real well. I've
Yeah.
seen him do it.
Oh, yeah.
Joe plays exactly what he wants to do. Ooh, and that cow actually, fun fact, can't block.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So unfortunately, not going to be working there.
So... Yeah.
Okay. Any deck is a good deck if you join it. He should just play Dredge. He doesn't like playing Dredge. Also, just to compete with this deck is sweet, and it's actually awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe plays it like a champ.
Yep.
I hope he named Forcible, but he probably named Brainstorm. Maybe named Pyromancer's Ascension?
I would assume that, yeah.
Or Young Pyromancer. He has shown that he's a bit
Not
more
a
afraid
fan
of
of,
that.
not a fan of...
Might be a bit more
Pyromancer.
afraid of that one.
Mm-hmm.
The Echoing Truth in that hand is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's in there as kind of this admission that he doesn't have a whole lot of ways to answer something like a Goblin Bombardment, which is able to close out a game pretty nicely. Let's see. Is there any way to get pics of the 2 volcanic islands? Yes! Just message the store, either facebook.com/geekfortress, or you can call the store and just talk to him in person. Talk to him, he'll send you pictures. He can absolutely provide this for you.
Okay, so here's the combo.
Okay.
We play Baron Glory. Right?
You know, actually, I think that Chase's deck has decided to go in a little bit of a different direction.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and then we de-spirit. And then we World Purge. Quicken World Purge. 1 with nothing. Upkeep trigger. Nothing in hand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm gonna make that happen.
That sounds like plays that are technically legal within their given format. Wow. Looks like you got there.
We got there.
Oh, man. So, that's a Thing in the Ice.
Yep.
Thing in the Ice coming
That
down.
is my favorite standard card currently.
Joining Young Pyromancer and
Pretty excited
Snapcaster.
about that.
Some
That's
of the
how he
most
deals with cards.
spell-slingingest
Tokens.
spells.
Yeah.
Oh, I dig it. I love it. This is a sweet board.
I am enjoying this board.
Right now, what I'm thinking to myself? Chase came looking to do some sorceries.
Yep.
Or even instants. But this is a deck that came fully prepared
Yeah.
to start slinging some spells at his
Yeah.
opponent. Man.
Thing in the Ice is without a doubt my favorite card in the current standard, though.
I think that my favorite card in the current standard probably doesn't exist.
Is it Lightning Bolt? Furnace Lightning is kind
Oh,
of
no.
insane.
Goblin Bombardment coming down. We're going to just force it away. A solid no being tossed down.
Yeah, that's what Force of Will usually does say.
Mm,
Trigger on the Thing in the Ice.
Stern Suggestions.
Yep.
And double Young Pyromancer does mean that we have more of these elementals. Currently sitting with 8 damage on the battlefield. This Thing in the Ice is almost becoming... I mean, it's functionally unnecessary right now. Chase has got this almost entirely locked up. Right now, the Sting in the Ice is mostly just acting as this kind of release valve to where if the Bloodghast wants to attack, Chase has got a 0-4.
Yep.
Sure. But there's not a whole lot that Joe can get beyond this, except for the fact that he does technically run Toxic Deluge.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing is that he's probably not going to be looking to pay 4 life.
Not at this point. When is that for?
No, it does seem unlikely.
Origin 92. Tamio is actually a legacy card. I play it in my legacy deck.
I mean, so is Thing in the Ice, apparently.
So is Thing in the Ice, yeah. So, yeah.
Chase takes
game.
it too.
That is the finals.
Chase played that well.
Yeah.
He was also very good against Joe's deck.
Oh, yeah.
Endless 1/1s get in the way of 2/1s that can't block.
Strangely enough.
Being able to have, counter spells against a deck that has a limited number of ways to fully take advantage of the engine.
Mm-hmm.
Joe having few ways to interrupt Chase's combo outside of the Cabal therapies,
Yep.
and just some stuff that he didn't quite hit as much as he'd like to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, overall,
Just a bad matchup for Joe, unfortunately.
exactly true. But let's head on up to the booth,
Okay.
and we've got a little bit of time, maybe, just maybe.
I'll go out and look.
I appreciate that, Maeve.
Yeah.
see y'all.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, you're here to be amazing. We'll see you there.
Bye.
Hello and thank you for joining everybody. It's awesome having you. My name is TJ. I'm joined tonight by Maeve, the fantastic commentator. She's awesome and I look forward to working with her more in the future. We're having a good time with the Legacy format. We're currently in round 4 of 4, but don't go away just yet. Yeah, don't go away just yet because there's a chance for more magic. She's out there scouting, looking to see if we can get some more matches on here for you, which is, of course, what we want to do. We do the stream 4 times a week, and it's because we love doing it. It's a good time. It's a fun time. Fade, then, hello. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. But we're going to have a good time anyway. So be sure to join us for the other streams that we do every Monday at 6:30 Pacific time. It's currently about 10:30 here. We stream standard every Wednesday and Saturday. We stream modern Wednesdays at 7, Saturdays at 6, and every Friday at 7:30 we stream Legacy, just like tonight. It is a blast, a ton of fun, and something that I certainly look forward to doing more in the future. Play Blue Goblins at 4 Volcanic Island, 4 Days, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Stifle. Man, we were telling Chase about that just yesterday evening, actually.
Chris Martin.
Chris
Martin. Sneak and show. Ryan Cloverdale.
Coverdale.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Is playing Ant.
He's back on. Never mind.
Storm.
I was thinking Mud for. I thought you said Mud for a second.
No.
So this is Sneak and Show.
Yep.
And
He's sneaking and showing.
Ant Storm.
Or attempting to, anyway.
Interesting.
Not the most interactive.
What game we're going to?
What game is this?
This is game 3.
Game 3.
We both rolled, so we're going game 6.
Cool.
All right.
Alright. See you down there.
Yeah.
See you down there.
All right. So both these players
Alright.
on a mulligan to 6 currently.
Mulligan to 6 currently.
On a game 3.
Game 3.
We should update that.
We should definitely update the pictures.
Yep.
Going for a sneak and show. Ooh, let's do show. Yeah, show and tell.
And
And definitely ad nauseum.
sure, I get that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Alright, so heading into the game 3, Ad Nauseam. I feel like I'm going to give this game to Ad Nauseam personally.
I think it has a quicker combo.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're...
Quicker average kill turn.
Chris does have the Force of Wills, which are going to be okay. Technically, Chris can go off pretty fast as well.
Yeah.
Between the Ancient Tomb and those Lotus Petals, we've seen him go off turn 2.
Totally possible. But
You-
we do have a address from
We have seen
out of
turn
rain.
1. Actually, we have seen him do, I think, a turn 1. This is a rough hand.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Just take away his ability to interact with us.
Shivan is that guy from Coldplay? I doubt it, but I couldn't tell you for certain. taken away the Spell Pierce, probably because he's looking to cast some of his own spells. Not too worried about what Chris is going to be putting together.
For
Sneak
sure.
Attack, the slowest version of it.
Yeah.
And a top for Ryan, I
Yep.
guess, just to keep smoothing out the combo. That's a decent point, Zeris. I can get that. I can get that. Ant is a little bit of a more resilient form of the deck, I think. But Burning Wish is super sweet.
Oh yeah.
And I can always advocate for Burning Wish.
It is a red and a wish.
You know what? When you wish upon a star, I don't know. I guess I didn't really have anything lined up for that.
Yeah, so ANT stands for Ad Nauseam Tendrils. Basically, you're looking to use Ad Nauseam to draw a ton of cards, to play those cards, and then Tendrils of Corruption basically says drain to Storm.
Shout out to Professor Bonds? Sure, I don't know who that is, but shout out to them nonetheless. And hello to Raging Lantern. Tess is faster.
Oh yeah.
Nice, Lathier. I can dig that. Couple of lands out for Chris. We do have the Emrakul in hand. The Vendilion Click looks moderate at best. It's okay. I'm just not sure. I mean, Ryan has the Senses Divining Top, so he can even kind of set it up to where the card that he draws off of it, if you take something, can still be relevant. Which, why is Nick Fit called that? Because it was a typo of a deck that was a nice fit for the meta. Absolutely. Colette, have a wonderful, happy birthday.
Colette, are you from Les Mis?
You are a rock star and a phenomenal person.
Yeah.
And I hope you have an incredible year. Take some time to reflect on the successes of this year.
Yeah.
And go forward, conquer it, have a great time. Thanks, Seth. Okay. But yeah, please do have an incredible year.
Well, it does say "don't know" in yeah, it says "I don't know" in the Sad LK's quote there.
That's true.
That's definitely you.
Wasn't a typo Creator City named after the song? Then I've been proven wrong. Alright, very cool. Raging Lantern, thank you so much for hitting that follow button.
Thanks for the follow. We appreciate that.
Yes, we do. Looks like... I want to see him fire off this Ad Nauseam. That card is so sweet.
Yeah.
Even if the art is gruesome. Diabolic Tutor in hand as well.
But I mean, at the same time, that's kind of like the point of it
Oh yeah,
being gruesome.
absolutely. Absolutely. And people always talk about the difference between these, and honestly, it's just been gone over ad nauseam at this point.
Yeah. You know what?
Tell me more. Alright, so Chris is going to put down his fourth land, and apparently we're just going for the swing for 3
Going
game
for
plan.
the Vendilion Click beatdown plan.
Sometimes, and this is kind of the problem with Legacy, is that sometimes it just gets a little bit clicky, you know?
Just a little bit.
And it finds a little bit, it's difficult for you to find your place in it.
Yep.
And
Once you find a nice fit.
Barry Everson, thank you so much for joining. It's awesome having you. You don't know 90% of the cards. Legacy is another animal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Diabolic Tutor can't find that. What's that last card in hand?
So basically, Raging Lantern, what's happening right now is this is 2 combo decks. They are just trying to set up their draws and their hands in a way that they can win the game in 1 turn.
Yep, and Ryan seems to be doing it better because he has got more card draw happening.
Oh yeah. That top is definitely not hurting anything.
Yep. Okay. Zeris, my goodness. This is game 3, Fade. Calling me AJ. Man.
Close enough.
I suppose. Could be good to go in for the hit down to 11. Still no way, as we currently said. Could be. I'm a little bit surprised.
I think he's just
doesn't
in a point where he does have a fetch. He has a flooded strand.
matter much, but I probably would have advocated for using the island anyway.
That's fair.
Because while it doesn't matter, maybe Ryan doesn't know that. Or you know, you never know what might be in this list, and I
Yeah.
think just representing more is better than representing less. You don't need to worry about any of the cards that are going to hit your non-basics, so it's not like you need to preserve those to try and make sure that you have them as long as
Did
possible.
he just brainstorm and not put the Emrakul back on top? Is like
I mean, if he's looking for a sneak attack, absolutely.
I guess I'm at the point where it's just I'd rather have a show and tell in hand than an Emrakul
I think that a show and tell is not very good.
without an Emrakul.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess it also depending on what he saw.
And if I've got more lands in hand, like I think the extra lands are more superfluous than the Emrakul, because you got to have some way to close this game out.
Sure.
Even if Emrakul is maybe the most uncastable one that you have, he probably doesn't even have enough sources for it. The petals might be. Either way. Okay, is Click a common addition to Sneak and Show? Not that I'm fully aware of, but I don't know for certain. I'm not a full expert on Sneak and Show.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess it's one of their main combatants versus combo decks.
It's decent out of the board if you have two combo decks,
Yeah.
to where you can disrupt them and also just apply pressure while you're both kind of holding up Force of Wills for each other.
Yep.
Are there castable show and tell targets? Not really. With the petals, you can technically cast an Omniscience, I believe. There should be enough land in the deck to cast an Omniscience.
Yeah.
Especially if you brought in a Blood Moon.
Awkward.
Yep. Let's see. Other what? Emrakul. Oh, Emrakul's so good. Emrakul is so good. 15 mana for a 15/15 flying.
Yep.
Annihilator 6. When you cast it, take an extra turn. Protection from colored spells.
Which is effectively almost everything.
Which is almost everything. It's basically protected from... Ooh. Brutal.
Ouch! We had that too.
The Cabal Therapy
And
takes
the
them
surgical
down.
extraction.
And look right at the bottom. Able to go for that one. Let's take a quick look through here. Grafdigger's Cage in the deck.
Yep. Which would be very good against.
Past in Flames. Interesting. Interesting. Fade, if you could keep it a bit on the more positive side. If you do have if you have constructive criticism for a player, always feel free to share that in a way that actually helps them improve if they were to go back. But to just put them down does not achieve anything. You
Chris
can't.
is definitely putting on a lot of pressure with this 2-turn clock Mendelian click. Considering Ryan has no way to actually directly interact with it.
Yeah, and that Ad Nauseam looks garbage right now.
Oh yeah.
That
Six
Diabolic
line.
Tutor,
Yeah.
way worse.
We're just not in a good position or position at all. Like we can't ad nauseum. We don't have enough resource to effectively storm off right now.
Raging Lantern, it is ultra banned in EDH. It would get played in every single deck. Emrakul's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
So, ooh, look at Justin. Hi, Justin. Okay. Oh, the graveyard should be shuffled in.
From what?
Though I guess at this point it's a mistrigger. It's not illegal.
Oh, yeah.
The Emrakul hit the graveyard.
Maybe it was in response. I guess that would still trigger and
It would still end up triggering the
yeah,
ability.
yeah.
At this point it's a mistrigger, and basically we point out illegal game actions, not mistriggers. That's where we're at. Otherwise, it does, but mistrigger, neither player caught it, and we stop illegal game actions. Ooh, going to GP Louisville. That's awesome, Bledsoe. That is very cool. Have a lot of fun. Do cool things. Do the coolest things. We gotta try this turn, and probably...
We're going for it.
I don't think that we can right now.
I think that if we just getting a few storm count and then casting tendrils is basically all we can ask for.
A Force of Will on that does make it pretty bad.
Oh yeah, awkward.
I think that instead what
That's
we
a
decided to
scoop.
do
Yeah.
was lose.
Game.
And Chris is going to take this one.
And that is the last game.
All right. Well, it looks like that was the end of it. The combo mirror match to close things off.
Yep.
As a nice, almost a crisp after a hearty steak
Yep.
of some sweet matchups between both fair decks, degenerate decks, and maybe a little bit of everything between. So, let's head up to the booth.
Yeah.
Do some outro, do some conversational bits, do some winging it. You
Winging
know,
it.
the usual. Let's head on up.
Winging it. Offered to.
Hello, and thank you for joining.
Yeah.
We're probably pretty close to calling it a night.
Sure.
As it currently sits, we're approaching 11 o'clock.
Yep.
And you play EDH because you like longer games more? I dig that. I don't play EDH because I don't have time for those ones. That's the tricky
Yeah.
part for me.
I mean, I enjoy the longer games in EDH, but at the same time, it's kind of just the environment
Yeah.
as well.
And that's the tricky thing, is to where I could play the EDH that's like the degenerate, but that's not the EDH.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. You've been so generous tonight. I really appreciate
Have a
it.
good one. We'll see you next time.
But hello to everybody who has been joining us this evening. My name's TJ.
Mine's not.
That's
Mine's,
a fact.
Mine's Maeve.
And we're
Hi,
streaming
I'm
out
Maeve.
of
Hi.
Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington. You can
Yep.
check out the store's website at www.geekfortressgames.com.
Yep.
You can check it out for some of those singles and accessories and other sweet things. It does help out the store a lot. And of course, you can always subscribe to this channel and help support it. Right now, it goes into doing cool things. We've got a laundry list of ideas that are coming down the pipeline, and,
Yep.
and we're making it happen one slow step at a time. It's going to be pretty weird, actually, once we first kind of get paid, because this has been, 14 months with a budget of 0?
Yep. And then all of a sudden we have a budget
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
it's going to be weird. We're gonna have to pace ourselves on it and make sure that we go around it in a pretty good way.
Yeah.
But 4 times a week we stream. It's always a blast. And in the meantime, if you want to, you know what? Do you feel
Do I feel?
like, given what your thoughts on the evening were?
I think we saw a lot of nice games. I think we saw a lot of Chase and a lot of Joe.
They were the
Uh,
feature.
But it was deserved. They were playing well, and their decks were doing what they were supposed to be doing, very consistently.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a good night overall.
Yeah, got to see some unusual stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't expect to see Pyromancer's Ascension or Zombardment
Sure.
in your average Legacy
in your
tournament.
Legacy tournament, yeah.
Sure. You've also got a little bit of the mainstays. We were able to see that Bug Delver. We got to see Rug Delver. We got to see, Sneak and Show,
Yeah. yeah.
unknown deck.
It was a nice variety. We saw a Nick Pit game.
The Lightning Bolt got to do. We got to see.
24 and 33 damage.
Oh,
both.
so right. It was 36 actually.
36.
Turns out that he, right before that one, made sure that the third one was going to be active for the full 36.
That's funny.
It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely. And of course.
Lightning Bolt was the real feature. Yeah, it did do a lot of damage.
And to Raging Lantern, honestly, that's okay. You're watching, supporting through that, hitting that follow button, just joining us in the conversation.
Yeah.
All of that is a huge way of supporting us, and we certainly love it. But it's unfortunately coming towards the end
Yep.
of the night.
At 11 o'clock usually is about the end.
Exactly.
Pretty late.
So we're gonna go. Call it a night.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining. We're gonna host you on over to another member of the Rogues Gallery. His name is Zane. He's awesome.
Z, as I call him.
I do too.
Yeah.
Z Magic 94.
Great guy.
But yeah, he's awesome. He's a rock star. Be sure to check it out. Hit that follow button. Join him in the future. I think he's doing some of the flashback drafts right now.
Yeah.
But
Dragon's Maze is what is currently.
from all of us
All of us.
here at Geek Fortress,
Even outside.
in true, very
Yeah,
true,
Very true. Very true.
My name's TJ,
Mine's Maeve.
and whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, we hope it's a great one, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.